Chapter 126. Jiang Chen left ancient Ming Star and went to the headquarters of Demo Mansion. The headquarters of Demo Mansion is very far away from Ming Star, and Jiang Chen has never been to the headquarters, so he cannot use teleportation. However, Jiang Chen contacted Jukin and asked him to take some photos of the surrounding area. With the help of the photos, Jiang Chen knew the scene over there. Well, the place where Jukin is located is under a giant clock tower, very good. Jiang Chen thought about this place in his mind, and then an idea came to his mind. Whoosh! The next moment, Jiang Chen appeared next to Ju Chen, who was drinking tea on the roadside. FK. Jukin was so scared that he almost dropped the teacup in his hand. Why did you suddenly appear? Jiang Chen said calmly, it's just one of my skills, the ability to teleport instantly. How about it? Do you want to learn it? Jukin nodded silently, I want to learn, will you teach me? Jiang Chen, no. Jukin. After all, this is a supernatural power. Even if Jiang Chen wants to teach, Jukin won't be able to learn it. What the hell are you saying if I don't teach you? Ju Chen curled his lips. Come back to the topic, why are you here? Jiang Chen said, take Beijuda and the others back to practice. As for this planetary competition, we will not fight for the time being. Jukin scratched his head, not fighting anymore? That's a pity. You may not know that in Demo Mansion, Beijuda and his men are quite famous. How about being called the warrior with the most hair colors? It fits the image, right? Jiang Chen. It is true that there are not many colors left for the Scions. Their overall ranking right now shouldn't be very high, right? Jukin nodded, yes, although they are very powerful after their transformation, they are still far behind the top planets. A martial saint is enough to sweep them away. The gap between them and the martial saint is still huge. Jiang Chen, so, I want them to go back and practice. When they participate in the planetary competition again, they will all reach the martial saint realm and sweep across other planets. Ju Chen opened his mouth slightly, his face full of disbelief. Jiang Chen, do you know what you are talking about? You want to train them and make them all become martial saints? Isn't this too exaggerated? You have to know that people are limited by their qualifications. Many people, even if they have the resources, cannot become martial saints. Jiang Chen waved his hand, just wait and see, Jukin, they can do it. By the way, where are they? Jukin, they are participating in the star tournament. After this one, I won't arrange any new battles. Every battle on ancient Ming Star was arranged by Jukin. In a way, Jukin was their agent. After saying that, Jukin also took out a tablet and placed it in front of him. Jiang Chen, you see, their opponent is a planet with an average strength of the martial emperor realm. Jiang Chen glanced at the live broadcast and noticed the points. Oh. With this point ratio, many people think that Gu Mingxing will win. Jukin laughed, yes, many people looked down on ancient Mingxing at first, but later they found something wrong and began to support ancient Mingxing. Speaking of this, Jukin felt a little regretful. Everyone was getting smarter and he could no longer go all in. The days of picking up points for free are gone. Wait a minute. Jiang Chen's expression suddenly changed and he looked at a passerby next to him. This passerby just passed him by. Jukin? What's wrong with you? Aren't we talking about the ancient underworld? Interesting, so that's how it is. Jiang Chen explained. Jukin, when the battle is over, call Beijuda and the others out. Don't let them fight. I have other things to do now. Jukin looked confused, but still nodded to show that he understood. Then, Jiang Chen took direct action and grabbed the passerby. What a coincidence, all of Europe. Jiang Chen thought and moved instantly. Whoosh. Jiang Chen and Xuan Ou disappeared from the spot, and then appeared in the starry sky. So that's how it is. The soul is separated from the supernatural power. You and the human emperor both used this method to save your lives. So that's how it is. The leader of the entire Europe, or, the Z organization. This passerby passed by Jiang Chen, and Jiang Chen immediately recognized the other person's identity through the data panel. It turned out to be the leader of the Z organization who had fought with Jiang Chen before. All of Europe. At that time, Jiang Chen transformed into Super Saiyan 4 and killed the opponent with an ultimate dragon flash. Judging from the system panel, this guy has a special ability called soul separation. Jiang Chen understood everything at once. No wonder he felt that he was not dead when he killed the queen. I think the human emperor also used this special ability. It is reasonable to guess that the human emperor must have killed Xuan Ou in their universe and then seized this superpower. When Jiang Chen observed the parallel universe, although he had seen the life of the human emperor, he only observed a rough outline. For trivial matters like killing someone, there was no picture when he observed. Therefore, Jiang Chen did not know before that the human emperor had killed all of Europe. Jiang Chen? It's you. Xuan Ou also recognized Jiang Chen, and his face was shocked. Impossible, how come you are here? I have already fled to the Demo Mansion, how come you still meet me? The mentality of the whole Europe was somewhat broken. The scope of the Great Demo Mansion was so vast, and it had several large federal headquarters under its jurisdiction. Each large federal headquarters was divided into 10,000 regions. In this case, the probability of the two meeting again is almost zero. But they met. And they were recognized at first sight. Who can I ask for justice? With such a coincidental probability, even novels wouldn't dare to write it like this, right? As expected, reality is often more magical than fiction. Jiang Chen laughed, if you hide in a remote galaxy, it will be difficult for me to meet you, but if you hide in the headquarters of the Great Mo Mansion, won't I meet you sooner or later? The headquarters of the Mo Mansion, as his cultivation level improves, as a member of the 9527 area, Jiang Chen will come sooner or later. Chuan Oyu gritted his teeth, because here at the headquarters, there are more resources. He wanted to get more resources, and then break through his cultivation to see if he could surpass Jiang Chen. He knew that Jiang Chen would come to the headquarters sooner or later, but he thought that it would take at least 10 years for Jiang Chen to come here. But he didn't expect that Jiang Chen would come here just over a year later. If I had known this, I would have found a remote planet and hid there. Chuan Oyu felt regretful. But it doesn't matter. I have the ability to detach my soul, so even if Jiang Chen kills me, I can still run away. It's a pity that all my skills and abilities will be lost to Jiang Chen again. Although the soul can survive after leaving the body, most of the supernatural powers will belong to Jiang Chen after abandoning the body. The last time Chuan Oyu died, he gave a lot of superpowers to Jiang Chen. Among them is the most popular teleportation in Europe. Are you thinking that you can still use your soul to escape and save your life? Jiang Chen laughed. You and I both have conquered superpowers. Don't you know what it is like to upgrade your conquered superpowers? Chapter 127. All of Europe was stunned and hadn't reacted yet. Jiang Chen poured out his heart and soul, then activated his supernatural powers. After possessing the opponent's blood, directly blocked the opponent's supernatural power. The human emperor is immune to this superpower because he possesses many powerful superpowers. As for Chuan Oyu, his abilities are much less than those of the human emperor. It is impossible for him to be immune. Swish! In an instant, all the supernatural powers in Chuan Oyu were blocked, including the separation of the soul. No. No. Chuan Oyu struggled and shouted. Please forgive me, I was wrong, Jiang Chen, since we are both from Blue Star, you should let me go. After all, I gave you a lot of superpowers in the beginning. Let me go, I swear, as long as you let me go, I will never seek revenge on you again. Jiang Chen laughed and thought to himself, if we were in each other's shoes, could you let me go? Stop talking nonsense. Jiang Chen exerted his strength violently, and with a bang, everyone in Europe died instantly. At the moment when all of Europe was dying, in the distant northern region, a warrior in a pink coat suddenly opened his eyes. How is it possible that one of my clones died? I gave them all kinds of supernatural powers such as rebirth and splitting, so why did they die? Is it that clone? The warrior closed his eyes and sensed it again. Do Oyu is alive, Li Oyu is alive, Ku Oyu is also fine. Wait, we found it, is it Chuan Oyu? Chuan Oyu from the Eastern Universe is dead? What a useless guy. As soon as he thought of this, the warrior moved and took a step forward. No matter what, I have collected a lot of supernatural powers from all over Europe. I can't just give them away. This person sent out multiple clones to collect supernatural powers in various regions of the universe, and finally gathered them in himself. He is also a master with extremely many supernatural powers. His name has long been forgotten, and more people call him the Demon Emperor. Boom. At the moment when Jiang Chen just wiped out all of Europe, a flash of lightning flashed not far from him, and then a warrior in a pink coat came across the space. When the Demon Emperor saw Jiang Chen, a hint of doubt flashed in his eyes. You actually have so many superpowers? What are your superpowers? Conquer? Absorb? Or seize? Name, Demon Emperor Cultivation, Martial Emperor Level 9 Note, a martial emperor in the ancient times of the human race, who possessed the ability to absorb supernatural powers. In ancient times, he absorbed many powerful people and acquired many supernatural powers. Now he lives in seclusion behind the scenes, and has created several clones to help him collect supernatural powers in various universes. Jiang Chen was also a little surprised when he saw the other party. The demonic martial emperor? Or the 9th rank martial emperor? Theoretically, this is the highest realm of martial arts. So, the Chuan Oyu I just killed was your clone. The demon emperor raised his lips slightly. That's right, kid, you are very brave. You even dare to kill my clone. I think it's not easy for you to reach the level of a martial saint at such a young age. In this case, I won't kill you. If you sign a soul contract with me, I can take you in as my subordinate. It has to be said that the Demon Emperor still has some good qualities. Jiang Chen has the ability to hide his aura, but he still saw through Jiang Chen's true cultivation level. Ha ha ha. Jiang Chen couldn't help but laugh out loud. Demon Emperor, you may have been in seclusion for too long and don't know that the world has changed. I can give you a chance. Kneel down and kowtow to me 3 times now, and I can leave you an intact body. Hearing this, the Demon Emperor frowned slightly. This kid is really arrogant. He is just a martial saint. Even if you have a bunch of supernatural powers to protect you, your strength is far beyond that of an ordinary martial saint. But do you think you can compare with Emperor Wu? I am a person who values a euro talent, but I hate people who lack self-awareness even more. The Demon Emperor Wu slowly raised his hand. Therefore, I hereby declare you to be sentenced to death. As soon as he finished speaking, a mysterious energy burst out from the fingertips of the Demon Emperor Wu and rushed directly towards Jiang Chen. The moment it touched Jiang Chen punched the energy and shattered it directly. How is it possible? The Demon Emperor was stunned. Am I really getting old? Are young people nowadays so fierce? My death finger was shattered by the opponent's punch. Suddenly, the Demon Emperor Wu discovered something, and purple-red flames were burning on Jiang Chen's body. Even the appearance has changed a little. Oh, so it has changed its form. The Demon Emperor Wu had an idea in his mind. Skills or abilities that change one's form can generally enhance one's strength, but there is a price to pay. Haha. The Demon Emperor Wu laughed. You are a 9th level martial saint. Through transformation, you have gained power that rivals mine. I guess the price you paid must have been huge, right? Let me guess what it was. Was your lifespan reduced by half? Or was your potential greatly reduced? Boy, let me give you a piece of advice. Don't overdraw your future. Jiang Chen just shook his hands and looked at the Demon Emperor with cold eyes. Why does a dignified martial emperor still talk so much nonsense? The Demon Emperor was silent for a moment, then continued to accumulate strength, preparing to catch Jiang Chen off guard. He really doesn't know what's good for him. When I tried to persuade him kindly, he turned around and accused me of talking too much nonsense. Swish. Suddenly, the Demon Emperor raised his arm, and above his palm, he gathered a huge purple-red energy bomb. Destroyed. The Demon Emperor swung his hand and threw the energy bomb towards Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen snorted and rushed straight towards the energy bomb. Let me see how powerful the Super 4 limit breakthrough is. Whoosh. In an instant, Jiang Chen arrived right in front of the energy bomb. Demon Emperor Wu? Is this guy looking for death? Not only did he not dodge his energy bomb, but he also took the initiative to face it. Goodbye, then. As the Demon Emperor exerted his strength, the energy bomb accelerated instantly and directly swallowed Jiang Chen. Then, the Demon Emperor opened his arms, waiting to absorb Jiang Chen's supernatural power. But, no reaction at all. Could it be that he is not dead? The Demon Emperor's guess was correct. Jiang Chen was in the energy bomb, surrounded by purple flames, and the energy bomb had no effect on him at all. Give it back to you. Jiang Chen kicked out. Call out. He kicked the energy bomb directly at the Demon Emperor at an extremely fast speed. The Demon Emperor had no time to react and was blown into pieces. However, the next moment, these fragments turned into pink Demon Emperors and gathered together. In an instant, the Demon Emperor Wu was resurrected. Oh. Jiang Chen looked at the familiar scene and nodded. It seems that the human emperor's ability to regenerate was obtained by killing the Demon Emperor Wu. No matter which parallel universe it is, I have fought with this Demon Emperor Wu. It's difficult to kill him directly. Let's see if we can block his supernatural power. Jiang Chen let out a long breath and adjusted his state. I underestimated you. The Demon Emperor looked at Jiang Chen with a very calm tone. Chapter 128. So, after you changed your form, your strength wasn't equal to mine, but surpassed mine. The Demon Emperor shook his hands. So, what about this move? Suddenly, the Demon Emperor stopped shaking his hands and pointed a finger at Jiang Chen, with a red beam of energy bursting out. Turn into chocolate for me, call out. The red energy beam flew towards Jiang Chen, and the moment it hit Jiang Chen's body, it shattered directly, completely ineffective. Immune to curse-related abilities. The Demon Emperor Wu pretended to think about it. As expected of a person who possesses multiple superpowers, he is indeed quite capable. Dodge. Jiang Chen exerted his strength and rushed in front of the Demon Emperor. He wanted to injure the Demon Emperor Wu and then block his supernatural powers. In 0.01 seconds, Jiang Chen rushed in front of the Demon Emperor. In 0.02 seconds, the Demon Emperor retreated violently and distanced himself from Jiang Chen. Obviously, flash time is completely ineffective against the Demon Emperor. Boy. If you have any tricks, just use them. The Demon Emperor sneered. Don't bring out this kind of rubbish ability to embarrass yourself. Jiang Chen snorted, then crushed them with real strength. Ah! With a roar, Jiang Chen activated the King Fist based on the breakthrough of Super Saiyan 4. The purple-red aura on his body almost turned red. Whoosh! With a quick acceleration, Jiang Chen rushed behind the Demon Emperor Wu and punched him. Too fast. Without waiting for the Demon Emperor to react, Jiang Chen punched through his body. Block the supernatural power. Activate. After the Demon Emperor was pierced, his body softened instantly, as if it had turned into a stream of water, and he pounced towards Jiang Chen. I'll absorb you. Haha. Blocking superpowers is useless to me. Jiang Chen understood, and guessed that the human emperor's immunity to the blocking ability was obtained from this guy. You think you can absorb me? Jiang Chen suddenly exploded. Boom. The arrogance on his body surged another 3 points, directly sending the Demon Emperor flying. Immortal life forms are really difficult to deal with. If I met you for the first time, I would probably have a headache as well. Jiang Chen looked at the Demon Emperor Wu who was knocked away. At this moment, the Demon Emperor steadied himself in the distance, still looking at Jiang Chen calmly, even with some joy in his eyes, as if the battle with Jiang Chen was just a game. But Jiang Chen suddenly loosened his hands and released the Kaioken state. I have encountered an enemy who is more difficult to deal with and kill than you. In order to break his immortality, I thought for a long time, and finally, I have learned this move. Of course, I am not very proficient in it yet. Just like Zhao, I am only at the beginning. Demon Emperor Wu? What is this guy talking about? Breaking the immortality? How is that possible? There is no solution to the immortality. Teleport. Whoosh. Jiang Chen suddenly appeared behind the Demon Emperor. He stretched out his right hand, placed his left hand on his right arm, and at the same time, stretched out his right palm and aimed it at the Demon Emperor. Destroy! As soon as he finished speaking, a purple energy covered the body of the Demon Emperor. In just a moment, his arm turned into powder. Ah! For the first time, the Demon Emperor screamed miserably. He was no longer as calm as before. Impossible! How could my immortality and my recovery ability be broken? The dust continued to spread from the arm to the shoulder, and then to the body. No! No! When the Demon Emperor screamed, the transformation to dust suddenly stopped, leaving half of his body. Jiang Chen. You see, I told you, I'm not yet proficient in this move. But it works. With this trick, if the human emperor dares to show up next time, he will die. Boom. Jiang Chen didn't hesitate at all, he exerted all his strength in an instant and transformed into Super 5. At this moment, the Demon Emperor was still feeling lucky that he was not dead and that he still had a chance to survive. Let's go. I won't fight this guy anymore. He's a bit weird. The Demon Emperor was planning to escape, but Jiang Chen destroyed most of his body with one move, which made him very afraid. Don't even think about escaping, Ultimate Dragon Flash. Jiang Chen unleashed his attack, and in an instant, the energy cannon engulfed the Demon Emperor. The Demon Emperor waved his hand, intending to deflect the attack and run away, but the moment he encountered the Ultimate Dragon Flash, his body was submerged. No. How can this move be so powerful? No. I won't accept it. Only a scream remained. Conquer the superpowers and activate. Gain superpowers, a lot of them. He should be dead. Jiang Chen rubbed his chin. This Demon Emperor Wu probably didn't have a soul that left his body. If there was, the human emperor would not have been able to kill the Demon Emperor Wu. Not to mention, the Demon Emperor was still screaming before he died. I was lucky enough to catch him off guard. I used destruction to attack him first, then transformed into Super Saiyan 5 and tore through his defense. He didn't expect that my Super Saiyan 5 would be so strong. Jiang Chen was sure that the Demon Emperor did not use his full strength, because his opponent had an ultimate sublime power. If it was used, it might be a fierce battle. It is no wonder that the Demon Emperor was unwilling to be killed like this. No one would be willing to accept this. Okay, after this is over, I'm going to practice more on omen and destruction. Jiang Chen cancelled his transformation, picked up the Demon Emperor's storage ring, and then used teleportation to return to the headquarters of the Great Federation. When the Demon Emperor Wu died, his several clones, Dou Yu and others, were all turned into dust. This martial emperor who dominated the ancient times of the human race has fallen. At the headquarters of Daimo Mansion, Beizhou Tower, they had just finished the battle and followed Jukin to meet Jiang Chen. Lord Jiang Chen. Beizhou Tower greeted Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen waved his hand, let's go back to ancient Dark Star. I will help you practice and become stronger. Just like that, Jiang Chen brought Beizhou and others and returned to the ancient Ming Star in an instant. As for Jukin, he did not leave. He was still staying at the headquarters of the Daimo Mansion, and there was even a smile on his face. You've all left, and I've got nothing to do now. I can visit Xiner every day. To be honest, after Jukin arrived at the headquarters, he fell in love with an ordinary warrior. Jukin also hid his identity and dated the other party. Xiner doesn't know yet, my real identity is the super powerful Martial Emperor. And I have the Martial Saint as my master. Thinking of this, Jukin rubbed his hands. When I reveal my true identity one day, it will definitely shock Xiner. Damn, why do I feel so good when I think about it? Hehehe. On the ancient star Hades, Beizhou and Kalo, along with all the scions under their command, entered a world with a different flow of time to practice. They are full of energy and are eager to reach the realm of Martial Saint. After finishing everything, Jiang Chen also started to practice the 8-9 mysterious arts, and he practiced it on that nemesis. On the 8th day of cultivation, Jiang Chen completed the 6th transformation and then received news from Tian Tian. The Great Elder passed away. Jiang Chen attended the funeral of the Great Elder, then left NAK Star and returned to Ancient Ming Star to continue practicing the 8-9 profound art. In the blink of an eye, Jiang Chen also cultivated the 8-9 profound art to the 7th level. All the materials were used up. After the Demon Emperor died, he left behind a storage ring. Chapter 129. Jiang Chen flipped his hand and took out the storage ring of the Demon Emperor. There are many treasures inside. If I really want to exchange them for cosmic coins, I'm afraid the price will be sky high. However, these treasures have nothing to do with the 8-9 profound art, so I can't use them to practice. There is only one way. Exchange all these treasures for cosmic coins, and then spend money to buy the materials for the 8-9 mysterious art. Thinking of this, Jiang Chen decided to return to Huayun Star. Let the 4 generals help me and get some materials. Perhaps, these treasures are enough for me to cultivate to the 8th level, or even the 9th level. After all, the Demon Emperor is a very ancient and powerful emperor, and his total wealth is much higher than that of an ordinary emperor. On Huayun Star, Jiang Chen met 4 generals. He took out his storage ring and told them his idea. I want to practice the 8-9 mysterious art. If I exchange all the treasures in this storage ring for materials, will it be enough to practice to the 9th level? Taylor took the storage ring, examined it, and was shocked. Oh my god, Commander, where did you get the storage ring? There are so many treasures here, all from ancient times. So valuable. If you really want to take action, practicing the 8-9 profound arts should be enough. Jiang Chen should? Taylor explained, because from the 8th level onwards, many materials of the 8-9 mysterious art are hard to come by and are out of stock. Even if you have money, you may not be able to buy them. Do you understand what I mean? Jiang Chen nodded, understanding that the material was too precious. Taylor, for many materials, those martial saints or martial emperors never give them out unless they are in urgent need of some treasure and want to exchange them for other things. So, it's not enough for us to just have money. We have to wait for them to sell before we can buy. According to my guess, if we want to collect all the materials for the 8-9 mysterious art, we may have to. More than 10 years. Jiang Chen frowned slightly. 10 years? It might not be a big deal for other martial saints, but he had only been practicing for 19 years, which was a bit too long. Luo Lun spoke at this time, if the 4 of us go out together and look for materials everywhere, it may be faster. We can collect all of them within 3 years. However, if the 4 of us go out together, there will be no one to manage the Fire Cloud Army, and problems may arise. Commander-in-Chief, do you want to manage the Fire Cloud Army yourself? Jiang Chen, no, I plan to go to the 10,000 races battlefield in the near future. Jiang Chen rubbed his chin. It was indeed a problem that there was no one to manage the Huayun army. He needed to find someone he could trust. Then, the scene changed, and Jiang Chen and 4 generals stood in front of the 9-headed insect. The corners of Jutio Yuchang's mouth twitched wildly. So, you all want to take care of your own business and hand over the Fire Cloud Army to me? This is simply going against Tian Gang. I won't do that. I was defeated by the Huayun army a long time ago. Now you want me to manage the Huayun army, you might as well kill me. Jiang Chen clenched his fist. Jutio Yuchang, you don't have to really kill me. Isn't it just managing the Fire Cloud Army? I plan to challenge my weak spot. Jiang Chen patted Jutio Yuchang's shoulder. Good brother, I leave it to you. In this way, the 4 generals helped Jiang Chen collect materials, and Jiang Chen prepared to go to the battlefield of all races to find out the truth first. As for the Fire Cloud Army, it is temporarily managed by the 9-headed insect. In the northern universe, Qin Xing drove a spaceship and landed on the planet. I heard that there are Dragon Balls here that can make any wish come true. There was some anticipation in Qin Xing's eyes. In order to realize my ambition, this wishing bead is necessary. As soon as Qin Xing landed, he was surrounded by several members of the Dragon Clan. Outsider. What are you doing on our planet? Qin Xing immediately raised his hands. I have no ill intentions, I just heard that there are wishing beads here, and I want to make a few wishes. Dragon Clan member, that's unfortunate. You can go back the same way. Qin Xing? What's wrong? Dragon Clan member, our Dragon Clan's Great Elder just died a few days ago. Currently, within the Dragon Clan, only the Great Elder has enough original power to create Dragon Balls. Others are not qualified. In other words, after the death of the Great Elder, the Dragon Ball also disappeared from this world. Qin Xing was struck by lightning. Was he a step too late? In my plan, wishing beads are a necessary step. Qin Xing took a deep breath and began to doubt himself a little. Is it God's will? No. I don't believe in God's will. I must change everything. Let the Northern Territory also go to the battlefield of all races. Qin Xing doubted himself for only a moment, then he became determined again. Thank you for your help. Goodbye. After saying goodbye to several members of the Dragon Clan, Qin Xing drove the spaceship away. Since the wishing ball is gone, let's move on to the next step. Go to various secret realms and madly improve your strength. In the world of warriors, strength is the foundation of everything. Qin Xing clenched his fists. In order to realize his ambition, he must work hard. As for Jiang Chen, he was driving a spaceship towards the battlefield of all races. While on the way, he looked down at the pill in his hand. This was the pill given to him by Nalu. It was the pill refined by the most outstanding alchemist in the Dragon Clan according to the wishes of the Great Elder. This elixir contains a lot of Dragon Clan's original power. Thank you, old man. Jiang Chen held the pill and used energy to lift it into the air. Buzz. The elixir was wrapped in energy, emitting clusters of golden energy, and all of this golden energy flew into Jiang Chen's body. After some time, the original power of the dragon race has increased greatly. Congratulations to the host for unlocking a new ability, potential stimulation. This is the skill of the Great Elder. Shenlong also said at the beginning that as long as Jiang Chen has enough original power, he can also learn this move. Keep absorbing. As time goes by, the pill becomes smaller and smaller. Soon, the pill disappeared completely and Jiang Chen had absorbed it completely. The original power of the dragon race has greatly increased. Congratulations to the host for unlocking a new ability, creating Dragon Balls. Making Dragon Balls, different levels of Dragon Balls can be created based on the host's original power. The number of Dragon Balls that the host can currently produce, 2. Summoned Dragon, will help the summoner realize his wish as much as possible, but the summoner has to pay with his own lifespan. Jiang Chen. I can now make Dragon Balls, but they seem to be rubbish. The 2 Dragon Balls summoned a dragon, making a wish costs one's life. It seems useless. Who would make a wish? The more wishes the dragon fulfills, the more the original power in the host's body will increase. Chapter 130. Jiang Chen was silent for a moment. So making a wish can increase the power of origin? Although the source power in my body has increased greatly, it is still not enough to awaken the power of the dragon god. The gap is too big. I must find someone to make a wish and let them accumulate the source power for me. Afterwards, Jiang Chen gained a deeper understanding of the precautions for Dragon Ball. Well, after I made the Dragon Ball, I can also use it to make a wish, but the power of the origin will not increase after making a wish. So, it is best to give the Dragon Ball to others to use and let them make a wish. Then there is the cycle of making wishes with the Dragon Ball. After summoning the Dragon Ball will be dormant for a period of time, and you will not be able to make wishes for a short period of time. Based on my current source of power, the Dragon Balls I create need to be dormant for 100 days after being used once. Not bad, then I'll try making Dragon Balls. Jiang Chen sat on the ground and began to mobilize the original power of the Dragon Clan, trying to create Dragon Balls. After a while, 2 golden Dragon Balls were created by Jiang Chen. It's done. Jiang Chen picked up the Dragon Ball and held it in his hand to observe it. It's just a little small. The Dragon Balls made by the Great Elder are as big as a human head, and the 2 Dragon Balls I made are smaller than billiard balls. The next step is to create a divine dragon, and when the time comes, the one to be summoned using the Dragon Ball will be this divine dragon. The appearance of the dragon created by the Great Elder is too outrageous. I have to create one that I like. Jiang Chen thought about it, and created a dragon according to the aesthetics of the Yun people. The dragon head and claws are basically perfect. As expected, this is a dragon that I made myself. It's pleasing to the eye. Jiang Chen waved his hand and merged the dragon and the Dragon Ball together. Whoosh! A dragon slightly larger than a human appeared directly in front of Jiang Chen. You created me. Shenlong looked at Jiang Chen with respect. Jiang Chen, come on, briefly introduce yourself. How much lifespan do I usually have to pay for a wish? Shenlong said to Jiang Chen, the payment will depend on the size of your wish. You will have to pay for at least 1 year. If you wish to become a super warrior, you may have to overdraw your entire lifespan. Jiang Chen sighed. This dragon is really dark. He will have to pay at least 1 year of his life. But for ordinary people, exchanging 1 year of life for a wish is a huge profit. Okay, I'll find a planet and send you there. Jiang Chen closed his eyes and began to sense the energy fluctuations around him. Soon, he locked onto a planet. Most of the warriors on this planet were only at the warrior level, with only a few at the martial arts master level. The energy level of this planet is not high, so it should be very suitable for the dragon to perform well. Jiang Chen took the Dragon Ball and flew towards the planet. The planet chosen by Jiang Chen is called a land star. The human race here has been fighting with the Hanjian tribe all year round and can be said to be the main enemy of the human race. As for technology, the technology here is slightly behind that of Blue Star, but not by much. There are planes, cannons, and the like here. Yeah, not bad. Jiang Chen flew into the air, then stimulated his own energy and sent a message to all human beings. I am the great creator. I passed by your planet today and felt that we are destined to be together. I will now grant you an opportunity. These are 2 wish beads. Anyone who collects 2 wish beads can make a wish. After saying that, Jiang Chen took out 2 Dragon Balls and imprinted their appearance in everyone's mind. Then, Jiang Chen threw out 2 Dragon Balls. Done. Jiang Chen clapped his hands and left a land star. On a land star, everyone was in a state of panic. What happened just now? Who was talking in my head? Some people thought they were hallucinating, but when they asked others, they found that everyone heard these words. Is this not an illusion? Is there really a so-called creator god? Do the so-called wishing beads really exist? Has anyone seen the so-called wishing beads? Soon, on the internet of a land star, what Jiang Chen did caused an uproar. At the same time, many smart businesses have made models of wishing beads directly on the internet. After all, Jiang Chen directly engraved the appearance of the wishing beads into everyone's mind. In the live broadcast room, someone took out a newly made Dragon Ball and shouted, "Family, I have something good for you. I got a wishing bead by chance. Just connect it with 3, 2, 1. Not 998, not 98, just 9.8 and it will be delivered to your home." A few people behind him pulled the anchor. No. This is a wishing bead that can make any wish come true. If you sell it for 9.8, we will lose a lot of money. You can't do this. The anchor was furious. Don't stop me. No one can stop me from seeking benefits for my family. Netizens were stunned. Although they knew it was fake, what if? What if there was a real one inside? The human leaders on a land star were also discussing the matter of the wishing beads. This matter is most likely true. After all, a powerful person with such means would not lie to them. But there are only 2 wishing beads, where should we find them? At this moment, a young female scientist pushed her glasses and said, the wishing bead is not a warrior from our planet, so we can make a detector to detect all the matter from the universe. So, this is what is called a wishing bead detector. Human leaders, why don't we do it quickly? In this way, with the help of the top leaders and the support of various technologies, the human race took 2 days to collect all the wishing beads. The human leaders gathered together and summoned the dragon. Although this dragon was small, its momentum was very powerful. As soon as it appeared, the entire land star turned into darkness. Tell me your wishes, human. I can do my best to fulfill one of your wishes. The human race's top leader said, can we kill all the red rock people on the planet? So that our human race will have no enemies from now on. The dragon replied, yes, but to fulfill this wish, you will need to pay 30 years of your life. Do you still want to make a wish? The human leaders were shocked. Do they have to pay with their lives to make a wish? This feels a bit tricky. Bullshit. In the world of warriors, what do you get without paying a price? A middle-aged man walked out. In my opinion, paying a certain price to realize a wish is a big win. Not to mention the wish of making the Red Rock tribe disappear. Millions of people die every year because of the Red Rock clan. Now their lifespan is only 30 years. If you don't come out, I will. And so, the middle-aged man made a wish. The dragon's eyes gleamed. Your wish has come true, let's go. The dragon dissipated in the air and disappeared. Middle-aged men are also aging at a speed visible to the naked eye. Quick! Go and check if the Hanjian tribe still exists. A high-level official issued an order. Chapter 131. After investigation by the human race's top leaders, the Red Rock clan was confirmed to be completely wiped out. At this point, the middle-aged man, whose body had completely aged, laughed out loud. It's worth it. It's totally worth it. Not to mention 30 years, even if I had to trade my life for it, it would be worth it. All the Hanjian people are dead, ha 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 ha. When other human leaders saw this scene, their breathing became much faster. The dragon that can make any wish come true really exists. With the dragon, anyone can make a wish. Find the dragon. Find the dragon. Collect those wishing beads, I want to make a wish too. I want to live forever. Everyone is so enthusiastic. The scientist who was studying the detector before had a changed expression. Everyone, this detector seems to be broken. It can't detect the signal of the wishing bead. Everyone was shocked. What? The detector is broken? Why don't you go and fix it? The middle-aged man who made a wish before suddenly raised his hand and said, No, it's not that the instrument is broken. After I finished making a wish, I seemed to hear the voice of the dragon. The dragon said that I can only make a wish again after 100 days. The human leaders looked at each other and kept this day in mind. 100 days. Jiang Chen left a land star. He calculated the time and estimated that it would take 2 or 3 days for them to gather all the dragon balls and make their first wish. Let's see how much origin power I can increase by then. Jiang Chen returned to the spaceship and headed towards the border of the eastern region. Even though the spaceship driven by Jiang Chen came from the northern territory and its speed far exceeded that of the martial saint, it still took 2 days to reach the border of the eastern territory. It just so happens that this time is the day when the human race on a land star collects all the dragon balls and makes a wish. After making the wish, Jiang Chen could feel that the original power in his body increased by about 5%. So much. Jiang Chen was a little surprised. He thought it could only increase by 1% or 1,000th. At this rate of improvement, my source power can be doubled if I make a few more wishes. Very good, very good. And I can feel that my dragon seems to be stronger as well. Every time I make a wish, in addition to strengthening the original power in my body, it can also increase the power of the dragon. After Jiang Chen sighed, he looked outside the spacecraft. There is a whole row of planets here, which look like city walls, connected together. This is the border of the Eastern universe. As for these planets, they were all created directly by humans. The warriors who fight against all races live inside the planets. On every planet, there is a powerful martial emperor. Yes, the rare martial emperors in the universe are all on the battlefield of all races. It can be said that most of the power of mankind is gathered here. There is no weakling. Land on any planet, record your identity first, and then go to the battlefield to see how powerful those alien martial emperors are. Jiang Chen landed on the planet, communicated with the Federation here, and got a departure card. This expedition card records your identity and cultivation level, and monitors your physical condition at all times. If you fall or encounter danger, you can also use the expedition card to ask for help. It can be said to be a timely communicator. At the same time, the expedition card can also record points. All the races killed or humans rescued can be converted into points, which can be exchanged for treasures. In the expedition card, there will occasionally be powerful martial emperors who will exchange treasures. If I come across materials for 8 or 9 mysterious arts, I can also keep an eye out for them. Jiang Chen's information was recorded on the expedition card, and his cultivation level was the 9th level of martial saint. After finishing it, Jiang Chen flew out of the planet alone and headed towards the battlefield of all races. The battlefield of all races refers to a certain area of the universe where masters of the human race and masters of other races often fight each other. Because of the fierce fighting, all the planets in this area have been shattered. Then, on the battlefield of all races, close to the human race, there are more masters of the human race, and basically no alien races exist. In the middle of the battlefield of all races, the masters of the human race and all races are almost the same. If we continue to go deeper and reach the side of the 10,000 races, we will see that there are a lot of masters from the 10,000 races, but basically no warriors from the human race. Jiang Chen stepped on a meteorite and controlled it to fly towards the center of the 10,000 races battlefield. There are too many broken planets and meteorites here. It's hard for his spacecraft to dodge. It's best to fly with your own body. Jiang Chen had just started from the human race, so along the way, he basically met humans, without any creatures from other races. It was not until several hours into the flight that he encountered a myriad creature, a puddle of water floating in space. This boat floats motionlessly in the water. Many humans passing by didn't notice its special features. I guess the myriad races used some special methods to sneak into our human area. Jiang Chen raised his hand and put out the water. It's just the martial honor level. This kind of strength may be considered a strong person in the universe, but it is just cannon fodder on the battlefield of all races. Keep going deeper. The pool of water that Jiang Chen casually destroyed was indeed a new life form created by all races against the human race. It was used to lurk in the human area and spy on the human race's movements. They never expected that the plan they had prepared for many years would be destroyed by Jiang Chen so easily. However, before the pool of water died, it recorded the scene and transmitted it to all races. All races were watching the screen and discussing who this human youth was. They had never seen him before. He's new here, right? It's really abominable. As soon as you arrived, you ruined our plan. The geniuses of the human race are really like crush and carp crossing the river, countless. Any newcomer who arrives at the battlefield of all races has such means. They are becoming more and more difficult to deal with. Stop talking nonsense, this guy is really abominable. Our plan was ruined by him just like that. Damn it. We should take revenge, right? Well, this new guy has great potential. It would be best if we could kill him. Let's unite and find a few strong men to kill him together. Jiang Chen didn't know yet that he had just entered the battlefield of all races and was targeted by the strong men of all races because he casually cleared a pool of water. Of course, even if he knew, Jiang Chen wouldn't care. He came to the battlefield just to kill the strong. He was afraid that there would be too few strong men coming from all races. As Jiang Chen arrived at the center of the 10,000 races battlefield, he saw more and more 10,000 races here. Jiang Chen could even occasionally see humans and the 10,000 races fighting each other. Brother! Please help me! A human was suppressed and in great pain. When he saw Jiang Chen next to him, he immediately shouted. Kill the enemy, and all the points you get will be given to you. I also have other treasures to give away. Help me! Chapter 132. Both sides in the fight are at the martial saint level, but the human race's martial saint is at the 5th level, while the opponent's is at the 6th level. Human race. The martial saint of all races also noticed Jiang Chen and his face changed. Run! Without any hesitation, the martial saint of all races turned around and ran. Want to leave? Jiang Chen activated his supernatural power and flashed away. In 0.01 seconds, Jiang Chen rushed directly in front of the martial saint of all races. In 0.02 seconds, Jiang Chen raised his hand and killed him with one strike. In 0.03 seconds, the secret killing method was activated, absorbing the energy of the martial saint of all races, transforming it into the origin of the dragon race, and adding it to Jiang Chen. It's very ordinary. Jiang Chen frowned slightly when he lifted the flash. This increase is not as great as that obtained by making a wish. Forget it, any increase is good, the amount doesn't matter. The rescued human martial saint was stunned for a moment, then hurriedly thanked him, thank you for your help, if it weren't for you, I might have died. The alien race that had put them in a tough battle was killed by Jiang Chen in one move, and the human martial saint felt that Jiang Chen was a senior. A very strong one. This is the treasure you mentioned before. The human martial saint presented a jade tablet. It is a forbidden magic weapon. Carrying it with you can purify your mind and spiritual energy. The effect is excellent. Jiang Chen took the jade token and flew away. Do we want to go deeper? The human martial saint smacked his lips. This senior is really confident in his own strength. But he is a complete stranger. Is this his first time at the 10,000 races battlefield? Is he the martial emperor of my human race who just broke through? Really strong. As Jiang Chen continued to go deeper into the battlefield of all races, the all races also sent several strong men to prepare to kill Jiang Chen. There are 2 martial emperors and a dozen martial saints joining forces. Those at the martial emperor level are Casey from the mechanical clan, and Ling Rui from the ice clan. Casey made some calculations, this human race has ruined the plans of our 10,000 races, and yet they still dare to go deeper. I'm afraid their strength should not be underestimated. Ling Rui didn't care, no matter how powerful he is, according to the images sent over, he is only a 9th level martial saint. If we 2 first level martial emperors join forces, how can he turn the world upside down? Casey's eyes flashed with various data, according to my analysis, this person is already very strong. If he has reinforcements to help him, we will most likely fail if we surround and kill him. Ling Rui. Don't be silly, the possibility of reinforcements is almost 0. How could other warriors of the human race go so deep? Only this young man dared to go so deep. Casey continued, the possibility is almost 0, but it is not 0. We have to consider how to remedy it if it does happen. Ling Rui. No need to remedy this. Trust me, we can just use our brute force to defeat them. If 2 martial emperors join forces, who can stop them? Casey, according to my analysis, if 2 martial emperors join forces, the opponent will most likely not be able to stop them, but the probability of being able to stop them is not 0, so we... Ling Rui covered Casey's mouth, okay, shut up, I'll be annoying if you keep talking. Everyone, listen to my orders and set up the formation here. Based on the man's route, there is a high probability that he will pass by here. All the martial saints responded in unison, and then got busy. Jiang Chen was unaware of everything and just kept moving forward. By the way, out of boredom, he also used the system to check the cultivation level of Carrot and the others. These 2 days of practice, in that world where time flows at a different speed, is equivalent to 3 years. They have all made good progress, but they are still a little far from becoming martial saints. With their normal cultivation level, the strongest has reached the martial emperor realm, and the average strength has reached the martial king realm, which is not far from the average martial emperor realm. My bloodline mission is that as long as their average strength reaches the martial emperor level, they can be upgraded to the ancient Saiyan bloodline. It will be soon. According to this training speed, it is estimated that in 3 days at most, their average strength will reach the martial emperor realm. Very good. Jiang Chen calculated another thing, which is the total cultivation. Because of the existence of the clan function, the total cultivation of Carlot and others will be directly added to Jiang Chen. My current realm is too high. I guess they need to reach the martial saint realm before they can help me improve my cultivation. Well, their cultivation speed is still a bit slow. I really hope that Carrot and the others can practice faster. Jiang Chen laughed, and suddenly, his flying speed slowed down. Hey? What is this? Jiang Chen was a little surprised. He looked at a meteorite not far away and saw a flower growing on top of the meteorite. In this universe, there are actually flowers alive? Could this flower be some kind of treasure? Jiang Chen moved closer to the flower, wanting to take a closer look. Boom. Suddenly, the spiritual energy around became chaotic, and Casey and Ling Rui, 2 martial emperors, rushed out with a dozen martial saints. Human race. Why don't you surrender? Today is your end. Jiang Chen ignored this group of guys. After all, he had already sensed that the martial emperors of all races were ambushing him. His attention was all on the flowers. I don't recognize the variety and I don't know if I can pick it. Jiang Chen hesitated. If it is a rare flower that cannot be picked, and I pick it without permission, I will suffer a great loss. At this moment, all the races joined forces to activate the formation, and a huge beam of energy shot towards Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen released an energy shield to protect the flowers, and then fought back. He punched the energy beam. Bang! The beam of light shattered directly. Not good. Ling Rui's expression changed. Isn't the energy fluctuation of this human being at the martial saint level? How can he be so strong? He can even break the combined attack of the formation? It's the 8-9 profound art. Moreover, he has cultivated it to an extremely high level, and his physical body is strong enough to rival the martial emperor. Casey explained the reason. I've already told you that this guy can't be underestimated, but you still don't believe me. Ling Rui. Can you blame me for this? The 8-9 mysterious art is so difficult to practice, who knew that this human race could actually do that kind of thing? Jiang Chen's punch, after shattering the energy beam, also caused violent energy fluctuations. It just so happened that not far away, there was a team of warriors escorting something. The leader was a female warrior with a cold face, twin ponytails, and a tight combat suit that outlined her perfect body curves. There is a battle. Is it the martial emperors of other races who are joining forces to fight against our human warriors? Just as the female warrior was about to go over to support, a buzz-cut man stopped her and said, Sister Shui, our escort mission cannot be delayed. If something unexpected happens and the escort mission fails, we will suffer a great loss. The female warrior known as Sister Shui simply glanced at the man with the crew cut and said, Human warriors are fighting against aliens, and you actually said something like this. Let me tell you, nothing is more important than the lives of human warriors. Brothers, come with me and destroy these aliens. After saying that, the female warrior took out her weapon, a spear, and rushed forward first, her movements extremely agile. Chapter 133. Kill. Seeing the female warriors rushing over, the others no longer hesitated and followed. Destroy the alien race. In the formation of all races, Casey and Ling Rui were very alert. They stared at Jiang Chen and did not dare to act rashly. They were even a little afraid of Jiang Chen. After all, their combined attack using formations was broken by Jiang Chen. If they really fought, they might be defeated miserably. What? If you don't make a move, then I will. Jiang Chen shook his hands and was about to make a move. Kill. A fierce shout came from outside the formation. Fall from the sky. I saw a long black spear sweeping across, directly breaking the formation of the 10,000 clans. Following closely was a girl with twin ponytails holding a gun. She had a cold face and looked very cool. Brother, are you okay? Chu Shuiyan stood in front of Jiang Chen and faced the 2 martial emperors of all races. I didn't expect that there were 2 martial emperors from the myriad races. Please retreat and don't get hurt. Leave this to me. Jiang Chen? Call me brother? Damn, Chu Shuiyan is quite good looking. Jiang Chen felt more and more weird about being called a brother by a beautiful girl with twin ponytails. Human Chu Shuiyan. The moment they saw Chu Shuiyan, both Casey and Ling Rui were stunned with fear. Chu Shuiyan is the martial emperor of the human race, and an extremely rare female martial emperor. Her cultivation is as high as the 6th level of martial emperor. She is extremely powerful and has killed countless races. Let's go. The 2 of them didn't dare to hesitate any longer and turned around and wanted to fly away. Jiang Chen alone was troublesome enough, and now there was an empress. If they didn't run, wouldn't they be waiting to die? Chu Shuiyan raised his willow-shaped eyebrows, then stepped forward. Want to leave? Stay. Gun skills. Reincarnation. As Chu Shuiyan swung his spear, the speed of the 2 alien martial emperors suddenly dropped. Wait, don't steal the head. Jiang Chen couldn't help it. Damn it, if I didn't take action, these aliens would have been killed by Chu Shuiyan. These guys are my prey. In order to ensure a one-shot kill, Jiang Chen activated the Kaioken, and in an instant, he killed the 2 alien martial emperors and their men. At this moment, the system task prompt sounded. Successfully killed the alien martial emperor and mastered the ultimate self-intention skill. I wanted to rely on my own practice to master it, but I didn't expect to master it through the system. Jiang Chen smacked his lips and then felt the power of origin. After killing these 2 martial emperors and more than a dozen martial saints, his own dragon clan's original power increased again. But I killed a foreign martial saint. After his death, he gave me a lot of origin power. Even when I killed 2 martial emperors, I didn't get so much origin power. Why? Jiang Chen recalled the special features of this alien martial saint. The system panel shows that he is from the Xian clan. The Xian clan's bodies are naturally strong. Could it be that it's because of the strong body? The stronger the body, the more source power it gives. Jiang Chen secretly decided to give it a try next time to see if it was because of his strong physical body. Chu Xuan, seeing Jiang Chen kill all the aliens in one move, also stood there in a daze for a moment. So strong? After coming to his senses, Chu Xuan bowed and said, "Brother, I didn't expect you to be so strong. I underestimated you." Jiang Chen, "It's okay, we're all brothers." Chu Xuan? Because the battle was over in just a moment, Chu Xuan and his men only rushed over at this time. Kill them. The 10,000 clans? Are they all gone? Everyone was in a trance for a moment, and looked at Chu Xuan with admiration. It must be Sister Shui. With one move, she killed all the tribes in an instant. The man with the crew cut stood up at this time and looked at Jiang Chen. "Are you a martial saint? Damn it, why would a martial saint go deep into the battlefield of all races? Do you know that we almost delayed the important matter in order to save you?" "Shut up!" Chu Xuan scolded. "Don't be rude. Although he is a martial saint, he has practiced the 8-9 mysterious arts, and his body is not weaker than that of a martial emperor. He personally killed those foreign martial emperors, and it has nothing to do with me." "Short hair man. So, he was the one who killed them all?" Chu Xuan looked at Jiang Chen, a little apologetically. "I'm sorry, my brother spoke a little harshly, I hope you don't mind. Mainly because we are escorting treasures, he is afraid of trouble, so he is like this." Jiang Chen waved his hand. "It doesn't matter, I'm not that stingy. Oh, by the way, there are so many people in your team, is there anyone who knows anything about flowers?" Hearing about flowers, Chu Xuan was stunned for a moment, then whispered, "I know a little bit about flowers, what's wrong?" As soon as these words came out, Chu Xuan's subordinates all looked at Chu Xuan in surprise and doubt. Everyone knows that the Empress Chu Xuan is only interested in killing all races, and she has become good friends with all male warriors. In private, everyone even calls her brother Shui. Although she looks good, no one cares because everyone really treats her as their own brother. As a result, you know anything about flowers? Isn't this something only women do? What? You said Shui Ji is a woman? Haha. The sky is falling. Jiang Chen didn't know Chu Xuan's story, so he just pointed at the flower in the distance and said, "Look, do you recognize this flower? Is it a treasure?" Chu Xuan followed the direction of Jiang Chen's finger and looked at the flower, which was wrapped in a ball of energy. "Hey!" Chu Xuan glanced at Jiang Chen. This energy shield was obviously released by Jiang Chen to protect the flowers. "Tisk, I really didn't realize that this brother is also a flower lover." Chu Xuan nodded and had a good first impression of Jiang Chen. "Jiang Chen? What about you? I'm asking you if you know any flowers. Dude, do you recognize this flower?" Chu Xuan examined it carefully for a while and said, "This is a rare treasure. It is very rare. It is estimated that there are no more than 10 people in the entire human race who can recognize this flower. You must be very knowledgeable about flowers to be able to recognize it." Chu Xuan's subordinates. "Damn it, brother Shui, are you really that knowledgeable about flowers? Are you not lying to us?" Jiang Chen also became interested. "Oh? This flower is so rare, is it very precious?" Chu Xuan nodded, then shook his head. "First of all, this flower itself doesn't have much value, but it is precisely because it is rare that if you sell it, you can get a good price just based on its rarity. Even if you are someone who particularly loves flowers, this flower can be sold at a sky-high price. Its collection value is extremely high. It's just that, this flower is not fully mature yet, so you can't pick it yet. However, you can transplant it, wrap the flower with energy, and then grow it somewhere else. Oh, by the way, do you have professional transplanting tools? Be careful not to destroy the flowers." Jiang Chen touched his chin. "For people who love flowers, can they be sold at sky-high prices?" Thinking of this, Jiang Chen looked at Chu Xuan who was analyzing seriously, then glanced at the flowers and said, "I see that you love flowers very much. I'll sell this flower to you. Will you take it? I don't want much, just give me some materials for the 8-9 mysterious art." Hearing Jiang Chen's words, Chu Xuan was stunned for a moment, and a trace of desire flashed in her eyes, but in the end she shook her head. "No, this flower itself has no value, I won't waste money on this kind of flower." Chapter 134. However, Chu Xuan changed the subject and looked at Jiang Chen with burning eyes. "I know a friend who likes to collect rare treasures. I can introduce her to you. When the time comes, you can sell the flowers to her and you should be able to get a good price for her." Jiang Chen looked at Chu Xuan thoughtfully. "The friend you are talking about is not you, right?" Feeling Jiang Chen's gaze, Chu Xuan felt a little uncomfortable, thinking, "I pretended to have a friend, could it be that you saw through it?" "It's impossible." How could someone see through my cunning mind? Jiang Chen pointed at the flower and said, well, you take the flower and sell it to your friend. I only accept barter. I need materials for the 9th level of the 8-9 mysterious art, at least 3. You decide how much this flower is worth. Chu Shuyan thought for a while, his expression serious, this precious flower is worth at least 5 materials. I paid for my friend first. Here are the 5 materials, please check. After saying that, he directly threw a storage ring to Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen checked it and found that it was indeed the materials for the 9th level of 8-9 mysterious art, and there were 5 of them. One of them was even very rare, the kind that you could only encounter by chance. He's a good person. Jiang Chen gave his evaluation. Chu Shuyan is a good person. I asked for 3 materials, but she actually raised the price to 5. That's great and very suitable for long-term business. After all, he is Emperor Wu, so he probably has good connections. Are you escorting the treasure? Count me in, and let's be friends. Jiang Chen looked at Chu Shuyan. Brothers, is everything okay? Chu Shuyan happily put away the flowers, and then heard Jiang Chen's invitation, his expression became much more serious. Well, we are all brothers, and you are so powerful and willing to help us escort the treasure, so I naturally have no reason to refuse. Come together, if we encounter aliens, we will kill and drink together. Jiang Chen sighed and thought to himself, no wonder you get along well with everyone else, when you don't mention flowers, you really feel like a real man. Chu Shuyan called his men and said, let's go back and continue to escort the treasure. At this moment, a middle-aged uncle walked up to Chu Shuyan and whispered, Miss, didn't your mother specifically tell you not to waste money on flowers? You might as well exchange that money for cultivation resources. Chu Shuyan frowned slightly, Uncle Gong, I told you, this is for my friend, not me. Uncle Gong was silent for a moment, then nodded, okay, miss, I understand. However, when our escort mission is over, I will report the situation to my mother truthfully. Chu Shuyan snorted. He was not in a straight position, so he was not afraid of his shadow being slanted, and he was not panicked at all. If someone says it was bought by a friend, then it is bought by a friend and it has nothing to do with me. The buzz-cut guy returned to the team and squinted at Jiang Chen. He didn't expect that there would be such a strong man in the team. Can the plan still proceed smoothly? Thinking of this, the man with a crew cut secretly gave orders to his computer to send a message. Mad Demon Martial Emperor, there was an accident in our escort mission. A new human martial saint appeared, and he is extremely powerful. He has practiced 8 or 9 mysterious arts and has the combat power of a martial emperor. May I ask if the plan will continue? Soon, the buzzcut man's computer received a reply, go on, he's just a martial emperor, nothing special. This time, Chu Shuyan must be buried. If she dies, the human race will lose another pillar. The man with a crew cut clenched his fists silently and said, okay, as long as the plan hasn't changed, there's no problem. At this moment, Jiang Chen told the 4 generals through the communicator that he had obtained 5 materials and there was no need to collect duplicate materials. At the same time, with the defeat of the 2 martial emperors, Casey and Ling Rui, the top leaders of the 10,000 races also noticed Jiang Chen. According to the last image that Casey sent before his death, this young human warrior attacked and killed him in one move. It's not easy. The Empress Chu Shuyan was also present, but she did not take any action. It was all thanks to this martial saint. Another martial emperor level fighter, and a super strong one at that. What's his name? I'll give you 3 minutes. I want all his information. We have already found out. Jiang Chen is not only extremely powerful, but also very young, only 19 years old. Impossible. Absolutely impossible. There must be something wrong with the age, right? I don't know, but that's what the human race's data shows. In addition to this, the data also shows that he can transform into a blonde. In the blonde state, his strength will increase greatly. He didn't use his golden hair to kill Kaixi and Ling Rui, 2 martial emperors. Does that mean he was holding back? Martial Saint Jiang Chen is a great enemy of our race. We must pay close attention to him. There is also information here, saying that Jiang Chen is an outstanding guide. The ancient dark star under his command has attracted the attention of some high-ranking human leaders. It is very impressive. Guide? It doesn't matter. We just train a few talents. The main target is still Jiang Chen. How do we target him? Kill him. There is too little information at the moment. We still need to fight him more to figure out his cards. Oh, by the way, isn't the crazy demon emperor planning to kill Chu Shuyan? According to the spies, Jiang Chen and Chu Shuyan are acting together, so we will support the crazy demon emperor and let him make a test move. Very good, very good. Send a few more martial emperors to help. Soon, the top leaders of the 10,000 races made a plan. Jiang Chen followed Chu Shuyan's team and met several tribes on the way. It was Jiang Chen who killed them all. Moreover, no matter what realm they were in, they could be killed with one move, which made the warriors in the team begin to admire Jiang Chen. Some people even started calling him Brother Chen. As Jiang Chen killed many times, he finally confirmed one thing. That's right, killing the powerful 10,000 races will gain more origin power. The realm is not important. As long as the body is strong, even if the cultivation level is only that of a warrior, one can obtain a lot of original power. A place with special rules. Jiang Chen immediately thought of this place. In the area of a euro 10,000 races, there is a land with special rules. The practitioners there only compete with their physical bodies, regardless of their cultivation. There are all the myriad races with strong bodies there. If I go over there and kill them all, I should be able to gather all the original power. Thinking of this, Jiang Chen glanced at the star map, which he had asked Chu Xuan for. According to the star map, they will be able to complete the escort mission in 10 minutes. Well, after the escort is over, let's go to the place with special rules. However, before that, the martial emperors of all races are also worth killing. Jiang Chen felt that there were many martial emperors of myriad races nearby. Chapter 135. In the battle between the human race and the myriad races, there is a place with special rules. There is no energy, no magical powers, only physical strength. This place has many rivers and is called the Great Wave Realm, where lives an alien race also known as the Barbarian Spirit Tribe. In the Great Wave Realm, there is a gap that leads directly to the human race. The barbarian spirits of the Great Wave Realm often attack the human race through the gap. In this way, the human race build a checkpoint around the gap and directly block the gap. This checkpoint is also known as Guanjiang, guarded by Yang Jian, the most powerful emperor of the human race. At this moment, Yang Jian was feeding the dog in his courtyard when suddenly a figure came from the sky. Master, how are you? Yang Jian was stationed at Guanjiang all year round. Since he was the second child in the family, he was given the title of Guanjiang Erlang Xian Sheng Zhenjun. Qinye. Yang Jian looked up and saw the person coming, Emperor Wu, Qinye. Are you going back to the Big Wave Realm? In the Great Wave Realm, the human race and the barbarian spirits are fighting. Among them, Qinye is the leader of the human race, with an extremely strong body. Qinye shook his head, I won't return for the time being. I have recently felt that there is an opportunity here. Yang Jian laughed, Qinye, you said you were going out to find a new method of body refining this time, how is it? Do you have any ideas? I still say that since the development of the human race, the methods of body refining have basically been researched. You want to innovate? No way, don't waste your time. Qinye laughed, you are wrong. This time when I went out, I did find a new way to refine my body, but, the opportunity has not come yet, the opportunity has not come yet. Yang Jian was stunned. He really gave this kid an innovation? Qinye was somewhat dissatisfied, the development of the human race's martial arts is basically the innovation of us martial emperors. Is it strange that I also came up with an innovation? Yang Jian, okay, no problem. I also hope that you can innovate. Then, there will be hope of conquering the Big Wave Realm. Qinye looked up at the sky, it's hard to say what's the chance. Come, let's have a drink and wait for the chance. Jiang Chen sensed that there were a lot of martial emperor level auras nearby. It seems that this escort mission is not easy. When it is about to be completed, there are so many martial emperors from foreign races. Is there a possibility that this is a conspiracy against Chu Xuan? We are finally reaching our destination. Chu Xuan walked at the front of the team. The bonus for this escort mission is generous. When the mission is over, everyone will be rich and can have a good meal. That's right, someone agreed. Brother Shui, Ba, sister Shui is right. After this mission is over, I will have made enough money and plan to go home and get married. Same here. There was a couple next to them. After the mission is over, we plan to get married. Haha, after the mission is over, I plan to take my parents on a trip, not get married. Yeah, I'm almost there too. When the mission is over and I have some money, I plan to buy a high-end spaceship that I've always liked. Everyone laughed together and imagined the future. Jiang Chen. Damn it, it feels like you are all going to die in the next second. This flag is full. We took action. The man with the crew cut received the message on his computer. You pay more attention, and then assist secretly. This time, I also got help from the top leaders of the 10,000 races, and I will definitely kill Chu Xuan and Jiang Chen. The buzz cut man was startled, and then he saw several beams of light rushing out from nearby. There's an ambush, someone shouted. It's the martial emperor of the 10,000 clans. Everyone be careful. The martial emperor of all races. Chu Xuan also had a serious expression and immediately took out his spear. Why are they here? Could it be that this escort mission is a conspiracy? Ha ha ha. The crazy demon emperor laughed and fell from the sky. Chu Xuan, how are you? I told you that sooner or later, I will kill you. Chu Xuan's mood sank. He didn't expect that the one leading the 10,000 races team was the crazy demon martial emperor. This guy was an 8th rank martial emperor. The hard power is much stronger than mine. Chu Xuan was originally a warrior in the Dalan realm. He had extremely strong physical strength. In a fight, he killed the disciple of the crazy demon emperor. The crazy demon emperor was very fond of this disciple and sent him to the Great Wave Realm to test him, but he ended up dying. As a result, the crazy demon emperor was very angry, and he made a special plan, letting some spies of the human race issue a high-priced escort mission just for Yan Chu Xuan. Because in order to issue an escort mission, the reward must first be placed in the hands of the human race officials, therefore, the crazy demon emperor paid a lot of treasures for issuing this mission. But it's worth it. The crazy demon emperor thinks that as long as he can kill Chu Xuan, it's worth it no matter how many treasures he pays. Not to mention, this time the original plan was just to target Chu Xuan, but Jiang Chen was accidentally inserted. The top leaders of the 10,000 races gave him support, which also gave him a chance to get his revenge. I didn't lose anything, I even made a profit. The crazy demon emperor waved his hand, and 2 helpers appeared beside him, both of them exuding a powerful aura. One is an 8th level martial emperor, and the other is a 7th level martial emperor. Why are there so many masters? Chu Shuiyan's face looked a little ugly. 2 martial emperors of the 8th level, plus 1 martial emperor of the 7th level. No matter how good a fighter I am, I can't defeat them. Not to mention, there are a group of martial emperors of the 5th level beside the crazy demon martial emperor. This time, it was really difficult. Everyone, we can't engage in a head-on battle this time. We should focus on breakthroughs. Chu Shuiyan gave orders via voice transmission. Run if you can. I will do my best to give you a chance to break out. That's all, brothers, be careful. Jiang Chen took a quick look around. There were 3 high-level martial emperors here, and the remaining dozen or so were all 5th-level martial emperors. Then let's do it. Just as Jiang Chen was about to attack, the crazy demon emperor suddenly turned around and looked at Jiang Chen. Human Jiang Chen, I heard that you practice the 8-9 mysterious arts and have extraordinary strength. In order to deal with you, we, the 10,000 races, have specially prepared magic weapons. Jiang Chen? I have just entered the battlefield of all races for a short time, and these guys have already studied me thoroughly. This move is enough to deal with you. The crazy demon emperor threw out a glass cover. The glass cover enveloped Jiang Chen. Get out of here. Jiang Chen exploded, trying to push back the glass cover. Who would have thought that the glass cover would suddenly disappear, and when it reappeared, it had already covered Jiang Chen. Hee. The crazy demon emperor raised his lips slightly. Tianzhen, I told you, this is a magic weapon specially designed by the top leaders of the 10,000 races to target you. Do you still want to dodge it? Even if you become 1,000 times stronger, you can't dodge it. Fighting with us 10,000 races will only lead to death. Chapter 136. The glass bottle enveloped Jiang Chen. The crazy demon emperor made a hand gesture and the glass bottle shrank rapidly, as if he wanted to crush Jiang Chen to death inside the bottle. Stop! Chu Shuiyan shouted and rushed directly towards the crazy demon emperor. Don't hurt our human race. This shot was as fast as lightning and rushed directly towards the crazy demon emperor. He told everyone to run away, but he was the first one to rush forward. This is the Empress, Chu Shuiyan, who is never afraid of fighting with alien races. Although this bottle is powerful, it cannot be interrupted while being activated. Then, the crazy demon emperor winked at the 2 people beside him. Both martial emperors said they understood, and then attacked Chu Shuiyan. You 2 really want to stop me? Although Chu Shuiyan is only a 6th rank martial emperor, her physical strength is extremely strong. With this double bonus, she can barely fight against an 8th rank martial emperor. However, this time, it's 1-on-2. The 2 alien martial emperors displayed their extraordinary strength and directly suppressed Chu Shuiyan. One of the martial emperors attacked with a punch. Chu Shuiyan held his spear horizontally in front of him and was knocked back several steps by the punch. Just surrender. No matter how strong you are, you can't fight 2 at a time. Once Jiang Chen is refined and the crazy demon emperor can attack, you will be fighting 3 at a time. Chu Shuiyan stretched out 2 slender fingers and placed them to his mouth. Just you guys. With a light bite, Chu Shuiyan bit his finger, then wiped the bloody finger on the spear. Fully unlocked, Demon Cloud Spear, let me see your power. Chu Shuiyan gripped the spear tightly, a hint of determination flashing in his eyes. Come, let's see whether you kill me first, or the Demon Cloud Spear absorbs me and dies first, or I use the Demon Cloud Spear to kill all of you, boom. A bloody aura burst out from Chu Shuiyan's body. This is... Both martial emperors took a step back. The crazy demon emperor said, don't panic. This is Chu Shuiyan's weapon, the Demon Cloud Spear. Although it is very powerful after being activated, it is absorbing her life force every moment. As long as we delay the time well, she will die. The 2 martial emperors felt relieved. It was obvious that Chu Shuiyan was in a desperate situation and had no choice but to use his trump card. Chu Shuiyan's subordinates were also facing attacks from other alien martial emperors and were unable to take care of themselves. As for Jiang Chen, he looked at himself in the glass bottle and tried to use teleportation, but even his supernatural powers couldn't be used. This thing is indeed a treasure. The system panel shows that it is a supreme magic weapon. I used brute force to attack it, so I should be able to get out, but the bottle was also broken, which is a bit of a pity. Let me see if I can leave the bottle without getting hurt and take the treasure. It was at this time that Chu Shuiyan unsealed the Demon Cloud Spear. Are you burning your life? Jiang Chen frowned slightly, but did not make a move. Continue researching to see how to obtain this supreme treasure. Chu Shuiyan fought with 2 martial emperors. This time, she wielded her spear, and a blood-red aura burst out, unexpectedly suppressing the 2 alien martial emperors. But, this is just suppression. It is very difficult to kill. It's very difficult to defeat a top martial emperor master, let alone kill him. Chu Shuiyan was a little anxious at this moment. I can't even protect myself, so how can others escape? Especially Jiang Chen, because he wanted to escort me, he was involved in this battle and was in life and death crisis. I feel a little sorry for him. Chu Shuiyan gripped his spear tightly, thinking about how to deal with the enemy. At this time, the man with a crew cut fought his way out of Emperor Wu's encirclement and walked to Chu Shuiyan's side. Sister Chu, I'm here to help you. Chu Shuiyan frowned slightly, are you an idiot? You finally escaped from the encirclement, but you don't run for your life? And you come to fight. The man with the buzz cut said, we are all brothers fighting side by side, how can I just ignore you? Although I am of no use, I can resist one of their attacks. Sister Chu, just go ahead and make your move. I'll assist you from the side. Chu Xuan was not the kind of person who would hesitate, so he replied directly, okay. Fight again. Chu Xuan rushed directly towards the two alien martial emperors. They both attacked at the same time, releasing energy to immobilize Chu Xuan. Good opportunity. Chu Xuan's face lit up with joy. This is energy control. When they control me, they themselves cannot move. I didn't expect them to use such a deadly move. It's up to you. Go and kill them. At this moment, Chu Xuan felt the dawn of victory. Then, he felt his body warm up, and the man with a crew cut stabbed Chu Xuan with a dagger. Hey, Sister Chu, don't blame your brothers. The man with a crew cut instantly distanced himself and stood next to the two alien martial emperors. You will all die at this moment. If I don't rebel, I will die too. Chu Xuan covered his wound, his eyes filled with resentment. How could I be so stupid? Facing the joint attack of the alien martial emperors, how could the buzz-cut man break through? I didn't even notice it. Moreover, the siege by the crazy demon emperor this time was obviously aimed at himself. The fact that he could send out missions to the human race showed that the human race had undercover agents. I should have thought of it earlier. There must be an undercover agent in the team. Also, those two alien martial emperors suddenly used this control technique. It's not that they are stupid, but because they know that the buzz-cut guy will attack them by surprise. How could I be so stupid? Chu Xuan clenched his teeth. She didn't hate the man with a crew cut, she just blamed herself for not noticing it in time. Why don't you surrender? The dagger used by the man with a crew cut to attack you is coated with poison. Two alien martial emperors attacked Chu Xuan. You don't have an advantage in a one-on-two situation, and now you are seriously injured. You have nowhere to go. Chu Xuan stood up, sealed the wound with energy, and then raised the bloody spear, then I will fight my way out, boom. Chu Xuan took the initiative to kill the two alien martial emperors, wielding his spear sharply, and started fighting again. Tisk. The crazy demon emperor couldn't help but sigh when he saw this scene. This Chu Xuan is indeed one of the most feared human martial emperors among all the races. Even at this point, she still wants to fight. It's really scary. But it doesn't matter. The more intensely she fights, the faster the poison spreads. She won't live long. And I can take care of Jiang Chen soon and join the battle. Suddenly, the crazy demon emperor's expression changed. He manipulated the glass bottle and felt that the glass bottle seemed to have changed. It seems that I can't control Jiang Chen anymore. Alas. Jiang Chen sighed inside the glass bottle. According to his research, this supreme magic weapon is very difficult to take from the inside. If you want to get out, it is best to use brute force to break it open. Forget it. It seems that your glass bottle is not qualified to be my first supreme magic weapon. So let it be. Jiang Chen instantly transformed into Super Saiyan 4 and smashed the glass bottle with one punch. Then he took a step and came to the seriously injured Chu Xuan and patted her shoulder. Sis, you're covered in blood after the fight. Are you tired? Take a break. Leave this to me. Chapter 137. At this moment, Chu Xuan felt exhausted, not only because of excessive blood loss, but more because of the toxins in the body. You came out. Chu Xuan's eyes were blurred, as if he was about to faint at any time. Hurry up, they are very strong, you are no match for them, leave this to me, I will give you a chance to escape. Jiang Chen sent a ball of healing energy to remove the toxins in Chu Xuan's body. I told you, leave this to me. It's already like this, are you still trying to be tough? Then he exerted force and used energy to surround Chu Xuan and sent her to the side. The toxins in my body have completely disappeared. Chu Xuan was surprised, and she sensed it carefully. Even her wounds were completely healed. And she also made up for the life she had lost before? The healing energy released by Jiang Chen is so advanced? This. Chu Xuan couldn't believe it, but soon she came to her senses and found herself surrounded by a ball of energy. Jiang Chen. Let me go. Even if you want to fight, I can help you. Don't fight alone, it's too dangerous. Jiang Chen ignored it and just looked at the two high-level martial emperors and the man with a crew cut in front of him. Several of you, and the one next to you. Jiang Chen gestured to the crazy demon emperor, you three high-level emperors, come together. The crazy demon emperor looked at Jiang Chen, then suddenly exploded and fled behind him. Are you kidding me? Jiang Chen smashed a high-level magic weapon with one punch. How can he hit your mother? If I get involved, Jiang Chen will probably beat me to death with one punch. Not daring to stop for even a moment, the crazy demon emperor escaped faster than anyone else. The remaining two martial emperors and the buzz-cut man were all confused. No, buddy, weren't you the one who planned all this? Why are you the first one to run away? Want to leave? Jiang Chen moved in an instant and blocked the way of the crazy demon emperor. Did I let you go? With one kick, he directly kicked the crazy demon emperor back. Bang! Two alien martial emperors caught the crazy demon martial emperor, and then asked in confusion, Crazy demon, why are you running? What is there to be afraid of him? Even if he practices the 8-9 mysterious arts, how can we be afraid of him if we join forces? Oh, by the way, how did he escape from the magic weapon? Was it because you were careless and didn't transfer energy into the magic weapon, giving him an opportunity to take advantage of it? They were fighting with Chu Xuan before and did not dare to be distracted at all, so they did not notice that Jiang Chen came out by breaking the bottle. Bullshit. The crazy demon emperor uttered foul language. That guy smashed all our magic weapons with one punch. How can we win if we join forces? Instantly, the two alien martial emperors fell silent. Shattering a high-level magic weapon with one punch? Are you kidding? What else? The crazy demon emperor cursed. Why do you think I'm running? If I don't run, I'll die. Chu Shuyan also heard these words, and she fell silent, no longer calling for fighting alongside Jiang Chen. It seems Jiang Chen can handle them by himself. Swish. Jiang Chen returned to the battlefield and stood in front of the three emperors. His clothes fluttered in the wind. Let's go together. The three of Crazy Demon Emperor and the others looked at each other. They couldn't run away, so they might as well fight to the death. Kill. The three of them joined forces and rushed towards Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen raised his hand, and purple energy burst out from his body, destroying. With a bang, all three martial emperors were swallowed up and killed completely. After mastering the perfect self, this destruction can be used with ease. The original power in the body has increased a lot. After all, these three are all high-level martial emperors. Although they don't focus on cultivating their physical bodies, their cultivation levels are there, so their physical strength won't be too bad. Ah, sir, please spare me, sir. The man with a crew cut fell to his knees. Although I have temporarily joined the myriad races, my heart is still human. No, don't kill me. Bang. Jiang Chen swung out an air blade with one hand and directly killed the man with a crew cut. So much nonsense. Then, Jiang Chen took another step and came to another battlefield. Here, Chu Shuyan's men were fighting against a dozen first-level martial emperors. Chu Shuyan's subordinates are all at the martial saint level, but Uncle Gong is at the second level of martial emperor. With the support of the formation, he can barely deal with this group of martial emperors. The two sides fought very seriously and no one dared to be distracted until Jiang Chen arrived. The martial emperors of all races didn't look at it, and subconsciously thought that it was the mad demon martial emperor who came to support them. Senior Crazy Demon, why did you come to support us just now? Can those two pieces of trash take so long? Jiang Chen chuckled, and then spoke from the bottom of his heart. Ah! After a scream, these alien martial emperors realized that it was Jiang Chen who came to support them. How is it possible? How could Senior Crazy Demon and the others lose? They don't understand, how could the three top martial emperors like Crazy Demon, plus the supreme magic weapon, lose? You don't need to know. Jiang Chen released his energy and directly crushed all the alien martial emperors. Instant annihilation. Saved, saved. Uncle Gong was in a trance for a moment, then looked at Jiang Chen. Thank you for saving my life, senior. Jiang Chen smiled calmly, if you have nothing to do, then go ahead and get your reward. I remember that you guys wanted to go home and get married before, didn't you? The top leaders of all races were also paying attention to this battle. Among the races involved in this operation, there was a mechanical race who had been broadcasting the battle live. As the mechanical race was killed, the live broadcast came to an abrupt end. What do you mean? A high-ranking official from the 10,000 races spoke. This Jiang Chen, he is very special. He was imprisoned in the Tianping before, and then his whole body changed drastically, with red hair appearing all over his body. This guy, isn't he a human? No, it should be just a form-changing skill. That's not important. What's important is, after he transformed into this form, he smashed the highest level magic weapon, the heaven-binding bottle, with one punch. Afterwards, purple energy burst out from his body, instantly killing the 8th level martial emperor. He was a little too strong. Even a 9th order martial emperor would probably not be his match. Only an extremely strong 9th order martial emperor who has mastered various magic weapons could possibly fight him. No, you see, he only has this kind of strength after he transforms. Maybe he is not so strong before he transforms. If we can find a way to prevent him from transforming, he might just be a waste. It's easy to say, but how can we stop him from transforming? We have no use for the magic weapon that can stop him from transforming. It's difficult. The suddenly rising martial saint of the human race is too strong. I'm afraid this guy will be a big trouble for our race for a long time to come. For the sake of convenience in the future, let's give him a name. All the martial emperors or extremely powerful martial saints of the human race, after they have demonstrated their strength, will be given a name by all races for the convenience of calling them in the future. Chapter 138. The leaders of all races gathered together and thought for a while. He previously smashed the heaven-binding bottle with one punch. Based on this characteristic, shall we call him the heaven-shattering martial saint? When the younger generations see this title, they will also be able to associate him with his strength and will not act rashly. Shattering the sky? I don't think it's a good name, it's too straightforward. After he shattered the sky-trapping bottle, the surrounding space felt shattered. Why not call him Sky-Splitting Martial Saint? Split the sky? That's good. When we mention this name, we can think of him shattering the void with one punch, which is enough to show how strong his physical body is. We can also be on our guard when we meet him in the future. Yes, titles are meant to be straightforward and make everyone aware of his strength. This sky-splitting can reflect his physical strength. That's it, from now on, when you see Jiang Chen, just call him Sky-Splitting Martial Saint. There are two types of titles. One is given by oneself, which is somewhat self-congratulatory. The other type is given by the enemy, and one can be given a title of honor by the enemy. There is no doubt that this is a symbol of strength. Soon, the database of all races was updated. The sky-splitting martial saint had a strength that surpassed the 8th level martial emperor. He was suspected to have multiple forms of transformation, which was extremely terrifying. His classic battle record is smashing a high-level magic weapon, the Kunshin bottle, with one punch. Not long after the 10,000 races database was published, the top leaders of the Eastern Universe region had basically received the news. Sky-splitting martial saint? Jiang Chen? Is he really that powerful? Some of the top leaders were still a little skeptical. Was this some kind of smokescreen from the myriad races? Could a 9th level martial saint be so powerful? Jiang Chen, a human martial emperor, muttered a few times. This kid has the same information as the one my disciple sent me a few days ago. Could it be the same person? Never mind. Even if it's the same person, so what? His ancient dark star must be mine. After saying this, the martial emperor decided to go to the ancient dark star and take the planet away. No matter how strong a martial saint is, there should be a limit. The information of the 10,000 races may not be true. There have been similar records in history, where all races released false news, saying that a certain martial saint of the human race was extremely powerful and could not be defeated in a fight. The human race paid special attention to him, wasted a lot of resources, and found out that this person was a waste. Therefore, there is really no need to believe all the information from all races. Let's go. To the ancient dark star. The human martial emperor waved his hand and flew towards area 9527. At the same time, at the headquarters of Demo Mansion, the lord of the mansion was also discussing with several martial saints. I heard that the Fire Cloud army has a new commander-in-chief. Yes, the 4 of them went around exchanging materials for the 8-9 mysterious arts, hoping to give them to the commander-in-chief for practice. This is a good thing. The Huayun army is good at fighting against all races. If you have resources, try to help them. The palace master said while looking at the information. There is one more thing. A new sky-splitting martial saint has appeared on the battlefield of all races. He is extremely powerful and has caused a lot of trouble for the demon race. We should celebrate. Other martial saints praised, our human race has become stronger. This sky-splitting martial saint is great. Great. Although we still don't know who the sky-splitting martial saint is, everyone is very happy that the human race has become stronger. This alone is worth celebrating. After the meeting is over, I will take everyone out to play. The palace lord was extremely happy. Oh, yes, there is one last thing. The situation on ancient netherworld. You all know that the spiritual energy on ancient netherworld is very rich. Don't spread this matter to others. You guys who are doing the exploration, remember to keep it secret and don't spread it, so as not to cause trouble to ancient underworld. We martial saints care about our reputation, so we naturally won't rob the younger generation. But if the news spreads, there will always be some shameless martial saints who will brazenly attack the younger generation for a little spiritual energy. It's really despicable. As I said before, what a martial saint cares most about in his long life is his face. But there are also some martial saints who have no shame. A group of martial saints laughed loudly. Please rest assured, Palace Master. Although the spiritual energy there is rich, it is something for the younger generation after all. We cannot afford to lose face. Then, everyone discussed a few more things, and the meeting ended. Everyone followed the Palace Master, planning to play a little, except for Muruwushin. He walked to a corner and glanced at the message sent by his master. I am on my way to ancient Ming Star and will arrive within a day. The new martial saint spread by the demon clan, the sky-splitting martial saint, is suspected to be Jiang Chen. But it doesn't matter. Even if he is a martial saint, he is not worthy of owning such a precious land. As Gu Mingxing emerged in the Demo Mansion and demonstrated its powerful strength, several martial saints went together to investigate Gu Mingxing's spiritual power. The result was very strong. Muruwushin was one of the investigators. Saint Muruwu coveted the precious land of ancient Ming Star, so he reported it to his master and wanted to present it to his master. According to the official records of the 9527 Federation, although Jiang Chen has good aptitude and a fast cultivation speed, he seems to be only at the martial king level. How did he suddenly become a martial saint? Is the gap so big? Let me take a look. The last time he recorded his cultivation was in the 10,000 races battlefield, where he directly demonstrated his martial saint level strength. Holy shit, is he really the newly risen sky-splitting martial saint? The Great Federation's cultivation records are very complete, but no one reads them every day, so Muruwushin does not know Jiang Chen's current cultivation level. Including the previous palace master, they didn't look through it every day, and they didn't know that the sky-splitting martial saint was Jiang Chen. Before this, Muruwushin had always thought that Jiang Chen was a junior in the martial king realm, and such a junior was not worthy of owning the ancient nether star. But in the end, the other party had become a martial saint. He's a martial saint, and a newly emerged powerful martial saint. Phew, he's not easy to mess with. If Muruwushin was alone, he would definitely not dare to covet the ancient dark star, but when he thought of his master, he felt a lot more at ease. So what if he is a martial saint? Just like what his master said, a martial saint is not worthy of owning the ancient dark star. The path of martial arts is all about fighting and snatching. The mansion master said something about face and not being able to snatch things from the younger generation. In my opinion, that's nonsense. Can face help you improve your cultivation? Humph. Muruwushin silently clenched his fists. He would definitely get a lot of rewards if he offered the ancient dark star to his master. Maybe he would have a chance to become a martial emperor. In order to become the martial emperor, I will do everything I can. Anyone who stands in my way will be trampled under my feet. No one cares about face. At the same time, at the edge of the Great Wave Realm, at the battlefield of all races, there are houses. These houses are carefully designed by the human race and are extremely safe. Chapter 139. On the battlefield of all races, at the edge of the Great Wave Realm, there are rows of houses. These houses are carefully designed by the human race. They are extremely safe and very spacious. However, although they are called houses, they are actually more like manors. Those who live here are warriors who fight hard in the Dalan realm and their families. Chu Xuan was originally a warrior in the Dalan realm. Because of the escort mission, she temporarily left the Dalan realm. Now that the mission was completed, he returned to the manor with Uncle Gong. Nothing else to say. Uncle Gong was slightly happier. After completing this mission, I was indeed given a lot of treasures and money. I can exchange them for a lot of treasures and improve my cultivation. Chu Xuan didn't say anything because she didn't earn anything. In order to express her gratitude, she directly gave all her task rewards to Jiang Chen. However, Jiang Chen did not accept it directly, but asked Chu Xuan to help exchange it for the materials of the 8-9 profound art. As soon as the two entered the manor and before they reached the reception room, a middle-aged woman came over. It was Chu Xuan's mother, the martial saint-level expert, King Yan. Madam. Uncle Gong bowed directly. Although Uncle Gong is a martial emperor, he followed King Yan when he was weak. It was with the help of the resources provided by King Yan that he was able to enter the realm of martial emperor. Therefore, he is absolutely loyal to King Yan. This mission is a trap. Uncle Gong described the situation to King Yan and then added. The lady helped her friend buy a flower. King Yan looked at Chu Shuihan coldly. How many times have I told you? You are the martial emperor of the human race. Your only goal is to kill the aliens. All your little hobbies must be put away. Don't let those things harm you. You are the martial emperor. You shoulder the future of the human race. Chu Shuihan pursed her lips and made a silly expression. Mom, what are you talking about? I don't understand. The flowers I bought for my friend have nothing to do with me. Now, I don't like spending it all. King Yan stared at Chu Shuihan for a while, then said, Okay, I hope you didn't lie to me. Go back and take a rest, then enter the big wave realm and kill the enemy. I hope you can help the human race break through the great wave realm. That way, you will not disappoint my expectations of you. Chu Shuihan nodded. Okay, Mom, I'm going to rest. After Chu Shuihan left, King Yan looked at Uncle Gong again. You said that there is a new sky-splitting martial saint in the human race, and he has practiced the 8-9 mysterious arts and has excellent aptitude? Really? Uncle Gong nodded. Really? King Yan took out a storage ring. Very good, I have some materials here. You give the materials to him, remember, give them for free, don't charge. He has excellent talent. When he grows up in the future, he will also be a help to our human race. Go, everything is for the human race. Uncle Gong nodded. This is why he has always respected King Yan. Although King Yan is a little extreme in some cases, she is truly for the human race. As long as they are outstanding talents of the human race, she is willing to help. Jiang Chen temporarily left the battlefield of all races. He was on a border planet, studying the new Saiyan bloodline. The world where time flows at a different speed is indeed amazing. With the help of this thing, not long ago, the normal average strength of Beijuda and others finally reached the martial emperor realm. And Jiang Chen also successfully completed the breakthrough. Bloodline Mission, Phase 3. Improve your own territory and make the average strength of residents reach the martial emperor level. Reward, Ancient Saiyan Bloodline. This bloodline mission was completed directly. Now, it's time for a new bloodline mission. Bloodline Mission, Phase 4. Improve your own territory and make the average strength of the residents reach the martial emperor level. Reward, the bloodline of the original Saiyan. The tasks in the 4th stage are quite difficult. For those with average strength at the martial emperor level, it might take a long time to complete. Ancient Saiyan Bloodline has a faster active training speed and passively improves combat effectiveness. Super Bloodline only passively improves combat effectiveness. Then the blood of the Ancient Scions will continue to improve as the battle progresses, including the continuous recovery of energy. It means that I have unlimited energy. Unfortunately, I already have unlimited energy. The Super Bloodline will continuously improve after encountering a strong enemy. This Ancient Bloodline can be improved through fighting. Finally, after transforming into a Super Saiyan, each transformation will be enhanced to a certain degree. Jiang Chen nodded. This ancient bloodline was indeed extremely powerful and basically covered all the abilities of the traditional super bloodline. The next step is to go to the Great Wave Realm and accumulate the power of origin. If I can obtain the Dragon God form sooner, I will be considered complete. Ding! After the host possessed the blood of the ancient Scions, his strength increased greatly. He has become the strongest in the Eastern Universe. The Super Saiyan God mission is completed. The host is rewarded with perfect Ultra Instinct. The system prompt sounded suddenly, which surprised Jiang Chen. It turns out that this mission does not require challenging the number 1 in the Eastern Universe. As long as one has enough strength, it is considered completed. When I was given Super Bloodline before, I had Super 5 transformation and could even stack Super Blue, but I'm not number 1 in the Eastern Universe. Jiang Chen was a little bit unbelievable. He had always believed that he had already been number 1 in the Eastern Universe, but he just didn't have the time to challenge the original number 1 in the Eastern universe, so the mission was considered incomplete. But now it seems that my previous strength was not the best in the Eastern region. Wow, this former number 1 in the East region really has something. The strong people in this universe may not be as simple as I thought. Jiang Chen admitted that ever since he defeated the Demon Emperor Wu, who was at the 9th level of the Martial Emperor, he felt that the Martial Emperor was nothing special. Now it seems. It's hard to say. The powerful Martial Emperor in the universe might be really strong. But there is one thing that is a pity. My ultimate freedom and ultimate self-destiny were both completed through system tasks. Tisk, I originally wanted to rely on my own practice to unlock it. After all, my previous transformations were all achieved through my own practice. Hey, I was thinking of getting an achievement where you can transform yourself by practicing and unlocking it. It looks like I don't have a chance. By the way, can I forget about these 2 transformations and practice from the beginning? In this way, I can unlock them by myself and that will be considered my achievement. Thinking of this, Jiang Chen couldn't help but laugh. Forget it, I don't have the leisure time for that. Since it has been unlocked, I might as well use this. I have basically unlocked all these transformations, right? Jiang Chen glanced at his own transformations. Super 1, Super 2, Super 3, Super 4, Super 5, even the Super 4 limit breakthrough, he has mastered them all. Then Super Saiyan Red, Super Saiyan Blue, Deep Blue, Ultimate Freedom and Ultimate Self were all unlocked. If I really have to say what is left to unlock, maybe there is only a mysterious form and a beast form. Left. Chapter 140. They are all Gohan's transformations. Why does this kid have so many transformations? Jiang Chen complained slightly. Otherwise, I've now considered it all unlocked. Oh, wait, there's also a Dragon God power activated, Dragon God form. The blood of the Scion, combined with the power of Sarama, I'm looking forward to it. Jiang Chen made some preparations and flew directly to Dalanja. Coincidentally, on the way, he met Uncle Gong who flew out from Dalanja. Oh. Senior Jiang Chen. Uncle Gong greeted him hurriedly. I didn't expect to meet you by chance. This is a gift my mistress prepared for you. It's some materials for the 8-9 mysterious arts. Jiang Chen took the materials and took a quick look. There were quite a few materials inside, and 2 of them were priceless treasures, very rare. Your mother? What does this mean? Thank you for saving you? Or is there some other reason? Jiang Chen asked. Uncle Gong replied, just use it with confidence. My mistress simply admires your talent. My mistress has helped many geniuses. You happen to be one of them. Jiang Chen suddenly realized that this mistress should be a warrior who is wholeheartedly devoted to the human race. I understand. Thank you. I will kill a few foreign martial emperors someday and give them to her as a gift. Jiang Chen also has great respect for such warriors. It is so great to be able to dedicate everything to the human race. Unlike some martial saints or martial emperors, they don't care about the younger generations of the human race at all, and they would even rob the younger generations of their opportunities. Mir Wusheng? Click me. Just at this moment, Jiang Chen received a message. It was the call button of Gu Mingxing, a call message. Kill the alien emperor as a gift. Uncle Gong was extremely happy. That's great. My mistress likes gifts like this. You are a professional in giving these things. Jiang Chen looked at Uncle Gong and said, okay, I'll visit you another day. I have something urgent to do, so I'll leave first. After saying that, Jiang Chen moved instantly and left. The call button rang. This must be no small matter. Ancient Mingxing may have encountered some accidents. Uncle Gong scratched his head. Are you in such a hurry? Are you just leaving right away? On the ancient dark star, Muruwushan and his master landed above the ancient dark star, releasing powerful energy pressure. The boss of ancient dark star, come out. We won't make things difficult for you. As long as you voluntarily hand over the ownership of the planet, we will let you go. A voice spread throughout the entire ancient dark star. Zhang Yunyi was practicing silently, but when he heard the voice, he stopped practicing. She did not go with the scions to that world where time flows at a different speed. In her words, although the speed of cultivation will be faster in that world, the age will also increase rapidly. She didn't want her real age to exceed Jiang Chen's, as it would feel weird. Jiang Chen expressed his incomprehension of this, but he also respected it very much. After all, everyone has some quirks that others don't understand. Maybe this is Zhang Yunyi's strange habit. Someone is coming. Zhang Yunyi pressed the call button immediately after hearing the voice. After all, if the voice could spread throughout the entire ancient dark star, the opponent must be very powerful. He is not someone that a warrior like me can contend with. Whoosh. Jiang Chen rushed to the ancient Ming star and then noticed the 2 people in the air. One is a martial emperor, and the other is a martial saint. Jiang Chen glanced at the data panel. The emperor's name was Fihi, and the saint of war was Moore. They are still a master-disciple relationship. What are they doing here on ancient dark star? When Zhang Yunyi saw Jiang Chen coming back, she immediately stood up and trotted to Jiang Chen's side. Brother, they asked you to hand over the ownership of the ancient dark star. They also used energy to transmit sound. One sentence spread throughout the entire ancient dark star. Their strength should not be underestimated. You have to be careful. Jiang Chen nodded to show that he understood. You go and rest, I will go meet them. After saying that, Jiang Chen flew directly into the air. Zhang Yunyi did not go to rest, but stood where she was, looking up at the sky. Come on, brother. In the air, Jiang Chen came to Fihiwudi and Murawushan and asked, interesting, are you the ones who are calling out for me to hand over the ownership of the ancient dark star? The moment they saw Jiang Chen, they were both stunned. They had both read the information about the owner of ancient Ming star, so they recognized that this person was Jiang Chen. But there is no problem. Isn't Jiang Chen the sky-splitting martial saint? Shouldn't he be in the battlefield of all races now? How come he is here? The distance between the ancient nether star and the battlefield of all races is still very far. There are two possibilities. One is that Jiang Chen is not the sky-splitting martial saint, and there must be something wrong. However, this possibility is very small because they can feel that there is a terrifying energy coming from Jiang Chen. Definitely a martial saint. There is only one possibility, Jiang Chen has a special method of movement that can teleport back to the ancient dark star from the battlefield of all races. This kid has quite a lot of special abilities. Murawushan was about to speak, saying, yes, we are here to take the ancient dark star. How about that? However, he was stopped by Fei and Emperor Wu. Ha ha ha, you are the sky-splitting martial saint, right? A rookie on the battlefield of all races. Fei Hiwudi laughed. It's really better to meet you in person than to hear about you. Your strength is really strong. Before coming here, Fei and Wudi felt that the sky-splitting martial saint was just a name in vain. No matter how strong a martial saint was, he couldn't be that strong. But now, seeing this and feeling the oppression coming from Jiang Chen, Fei and Wudi also retreated a little. I don't really want to be an enemy of Jiang Chen. Even if I beat Jiang Chen is still so young and has a bright future. He might even surpass me. It's not worth offending such a strong man for an ancient dark star. Murawushan? Master, now that this has come to pass, are you scared? Why are you suddenly so kind? But now that the master has spoken, Murawushan didn't dare to say anything. Jiang Chen glanced at Fei and Wudi, don't say such things to me. Let me ask you, do you want to seize the ancient Ming star? Fei and Wudi quickly explained, haha, it's all a misunderstanding, we just came here to make a joke. Don't take it seriously. If we really wanted to plunder, we would have done it long ago. Why are we still talking nonsense here? What we said before was just a pure joke. Zhang Yunyi was an 8th rank warrior after all, so she had some strength. After hearing the conversation between the two, she probably understood that the other party was not as strong as Jiang Chen. If their strength surpassed Jiang Chen, they would have taken action long ago instead of talking nonsense. I was worried that they would hurt me, but now. I don't have to worry. These two guys are my enemies. They must die. We can't let the enemies live, it's very dangerous. With this thought in mind, Zhang Yunyi shouted to the sky, brother, don't believe them, they are all bad guys. The energy pressure they released at the beginning was full of murderous intent, and they were not joking. Chapter 141. Jiang Chen laughed when he heard Zhang Yunyi's words. He thought to himself, does your brother look stupid? These two people's lies are so obvious, how can I believe them? But he still responded to Zhang Yunyi, don't worry, I will kill them all and won't let them escape. Fei Hiwudi and Murawushan, both of them changed their expressions, and then looked at Zhang Yunyi angrily, you are the one who is troublesome. You are the one who is showing off, right? Will you die if you shut up? Murawushan even took direct action, firing an energy bomb at Zhang Yunyi. Go to hell. Big-breasted, brainless woman. I'm annoyed by your type. What's the point of having big breasts, except for having big breasts, whoosh. The energy bomb approached Zhang Yunyi rapidly, but was intercepted by another energy bomb in the air. The intercepted energy bomb was naturally released by Jiang Chen. How brave. Jiang Chen looked at the two of them. You want to hurt my people in my territory? You are courting death. Jiang Chen opened his hands, constantly stimulating his own energy, and purple flames emerged around his body, the ultimate self-intention. Boom. Jiang Chen completed his transformation, his hair turned purple, and like Super Saiyan 3, he no longer had eyebrows, making him look extremely fierce. Destruction. Jiang Chen raised his hand, aimed at Murawushan, and threw out a shot of destructive energy. Whoosh. The purple energy rushed towards Murawushan, who dodged and hid behind Fei Hiwudi. Master, he's going too far. He actually took the initiative to attack us. Let's teach him a lesson. There's no need to hold back. Alas. Fei Hiwudi sighed. Disciple, are you confused? Swish. Fei Hiwudi exerted his strength and directly captured Murawushan, then placed him in front of him and took Jiang Chen's destructive energy head-on. Ah! After being hit by the destructive energy, Murawushan screamed in pain. Master, why are you? Fei and Wudi looked indifferent. Why so many whys? Of course they want to sacrifice you in exchange for Jiang Chen's forgiveness. Then he exerted force and crushed Murawushan, who was being eroded by energy, to death. Sky-splitting martial saint. Fei Hiwudi looked at Jiang Chen and said. I came here today because I was bewitched by my apprentice. You can check my communicator, which contains all the messages from my apprentice. He has been bewitching me, saying that you are not worthy of owning the ancient dark star. Just now, he was the first to attack your sister. Now, I will kill him. I hope you can calm down your anger. Let's make friends. No, let's not make friends. Let's just be ordinary people and say goodbye. How about that? Let's pretend nothing happened. Jiang Chen raised his hand. Really? Then be careful in your next life. Whoosh. Another burst of destructive energy rushed directly towards Fei and Wu Di. Fei and Emperor Wu's expression changed drastically. They thought to themselves, I am the dignified Emperor Wu, and I am so humble and willing to sacrifice my own disciples. How dare you do that to me? If I wasn't afraid of your future, I would have killed you long ago. Damn it, it looks like I have to take action today. Fei and Wu Di also became angry. Since the other party was so aggressive, it was not their fault. To kill a genius, you must use all your strength. Kill him directly. Otherwise, he will become stronger in the future and come for revenge. Even now, Fei and Wu Di felt that they should be stronger than Jiang Chen. They had been so humble before because they were concerned about Jiang Chen's qualifications. Ah! The forbidden blood-burning technique. Fei and Emperor Wu used the forbidden technique as soon as they made a move. At the same time, he also took out his weapon, a big knife. The next moment, Jiang Chen flashed and appeared behind Fei Wu Di. Too slow. A punch, carrying a purple aura, blasted towards Fei and Wu Di. So fast. Fei and Wu Di were surprised and quickly held their swords across their bodies, ready to block. Bang. As a result, Jiang Chen's punch directly shattered the big knife, and the power did not decrease, and it hit Fei and Wu Di's body hard. Ah, huff. Fei and Wu Di spat out blood and were knocked away. At the same time, the wound where he was hit was surrounded by purple energy, which was eroding his body. What kind of energy is this? Fei and Wu Di were shocked. They had never seen such strange energy before. Once it was wrapped around them, they couldn't get rid of it. Moreover, he has been destroying his own body. Get out of here. Fei and Wu Di exploded, trying to clear the destructive energy, but it was completely useless. Jiang Chen dodged and came to the sky above Fei and Wu Di again. I told you, be careful in your next life. Boom. One punch directly pierced through Fei Wu Di's body. Totally, devastated. Jiang Chen clenched his fist, and with a bang, Fei and Wu Di were blown to pieces. The spiritual energy of the ancient dark star is indeed rich, but I am still surprised that it can attract a martial emperor. After all, when Jiang saw the ancient dark star, he didn't even think of taking it for himself. Jiang Chen sighed. It seems that greed knows no boundaries. Some martial emperors are not as good as martial emperors. However, after today's battle, no one should dare to come again. Jiang Chen withdrew his hand and stood up, cancelling his extreme transformation, and at the same time called up the optical computer that had been recording. Upload this battle to the network of the Demo Mansion headquarters. Jiang Chen gave orders to the optical computer. As a result, the news of this battle soon spread throughout the headquarters of the Demo Mansion. A martial saint and a martial emperor teamed up to fight a young man, but were killed by the counterattack. Naturally, the Lord of Demo Mansion also saw this video. Is it Martial Saint Moore, and his master Zunfei and Martial Emperor? Their place. Ancient Dark Star? From the conversation, this person is Martial Saint Liakeng? Is he the martial saint who just rose to prominence on the battlefield of all races? His methods are so powerful. The purple energy made the Martial Emperor lose his temper. Too strong, this man is too strong. How can a martial saint be so strong? As the video spread, many martial saints in the Demo Mansion also noticed this battle. He is the commander-in-chief of our Huayun army. The four generals were very excited when they saw this video. Our great commander is indeed extremely powerful. A mere martial emperor is nothing at all. This is the commander-in-chief of our Fire Cloud army. The four generals were extremely proud. Thus, Jiang Chen's reputation began to spread for the first time. From the martial emperor to ordinary warriors, everyone knew about this person. In the myriad races area, the sky-splitting martial saint is even more famous. In other words, from today on, Jiang Chen's name will spread throughout the human race and all other races. Or in other words, Jiang Chen's name will spread throughout the entire universe. After all, there are only two forces in the universe, the human race and the myriad races. Oh my god! It's Jiang Chen. At this moment, Jiang was also shocked after seeing this video. I've known for a long time that Jiang Chen would become famous sooner or later. I just didn't expect that this day would come so soon. Sky-splitting martial saint, ha 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 ha. Jiang couldn't help but laugh and felt happy for Jiang Chen from the bottom of his heart. Chapter 142. Jiang was sincerely happy for Jiang Chen. He knew that Jiang Chen could not be an unknown person. Brother Chen, why are you laughing so happily? There was a female warrior next to Jiang, who was Xiner whom Jiang mentioned before. At this moment, Jiang and Zener were on a date. Jiang looked at Xiner, then took out his tablet and pointed at the video on it. Have you watched this video? The most popular martial saint at the moment, sky-splitting martial saint. Xiner, let me see. Zener took the tablet and took a quick look at it. What a powerful sky-splitting martial saint. 1 against 2, and one of them was a martial emperor, and he actually killed them all. Too strong. I wonder if I will ever have the chance to become a martial saint in this lifetime. Jiang Chen put his hands behind his back at this time, pretending to be unfathomable. I'm not bragging to you, nor am I pretending to be cool, I just want to tell you that I know this sky-splitting martial saint. Xiner was silent for a moment, then took out a pill from her storage ring. Brother Chen, take the medicine. Jiang? Xiner, look how stupid you are. You've even started talking nonsense. Your brain isn't working very well. Why don't you put it away and recycle it so I can give you a new brain? Jiang? I'm not bragging, I have fought with him before. Jiang was a little anxious. At the beginning, I had supernatural power and I beat him so hard that he had no way to stop me. I forced him to use the 2 energy transformations and only then did he defeat me. Humph. If he hadn't mastered 2 energy transformations, it would have been hard to say who would win or lose. Xiner held her forehead slightly, feeling that Jiang was hopeless. Even if she wanted to recycle him back to Zwanzwan, the other party probably wouldn't bother to take him. Well. Forget it. Jiang waved his hand, intending to continue hiding his identity. When the time is right, I will give Xiner the ultimate shock. The man standing in front of you is not an ordinary warrior. The strongest martial emperor in Area 9527. In parentheses, except for the martial emperor on the ancient Nether Star. The friend of the sky-splitting martial saint, the owner of the forbidden magic weapon, the heir of the martial saint. Each one of them is enough to make Xiner dumbfounded. Hehehe, I've been reading a lot of novels recently, and I feel like some of the exposure stories out there are pretty cool. Is my behavior similar to exposure stories? The more he thought about it, the better Jiang felt. As for when it will be exposed? Jiang shook his head. The time has not come yet. The time has not come yet. It must be that Xiner is in danger, and he will descend from the sky, stepping on the colorful cloud to save her from danger. In another place in Area 9527, Yi Xian Wusheng and Zhenyan Wusheng were being hunted by their enemies because they had helped Jiang Chen before and suspected that Jiang Chen was the reincarnation of Emperor Wu. They were so scared that they went into seclusion and dared not come out. Until this moment, they saw this video. Oh shit. The sky-splitting martial saint fought 2 enemies at once and killed both the martial emperor and the martial saint? Jiang Chen. The true words martial saint slapped his thigh. What am I talking about? It's reincarnation. Reincarnation. If it's not the reincarnation of Emperor Wu, how could it be possible to kill Emperor Wu? After saying this, Jinyan Wuxian immediately contacted Yuxin Wuxian. Did you see that? Jiang Chen killed Emperor Wu. He's too strong. With such strength, there's nothing we can be afraid of. Yi Xian Wusheng replied, indeed, we are both iron-blooded supporters of Jiang Chen. Now that Jiang Chen is invincible, we don't need to worry anymore. No more seclusion. Come out right away. What's there to be afraid of? If Jiang Chen's enemies from his previous life dared to come, they would have been killed right away. Jinyan Wuxian was so happy, I'm invincible, invincible, no need to worry anymore. Ha ha ha. The 2 people didn't know that they didn't need to worry from the beginning. If I have to blame someone, I should blame myself for thinking too much. What about the reincarnation of Emperor Wu and the powerful enemy in the previous life? I was just scaring myself. This video was circulated extremely widely, and many human warriors in the battlefield of all races also saw it. Among them were Uncle Gong and Keng Yan. The martial saint who can split the sky? What a brilliant talent. The martial saint defeated the martial emperor. Such a genius deserves my support. Keng Yan sighed. This Fei and Woody are also trash. Looking at their conversation in the video, it turns out that Fei and Woody coveted the treasures of the younger generation. It's really embarrassing. They have completely disgraced Emperor Wu. Uncle Gong nodded, expressing his deep agreement. Emperor Wu usually represents power and mystery. But after Fei and Emperor Wu did this and the video went viral, everyone's impression of Emperor Wu must have been extremely bad. This Fei Emperor, really, single-handedly lowered everyone's opinion of Emperor Wu. It's really abominable. Uncle Gong was a little angry. Martial saints have very long lifespans and they care a lot about their reputation. Emperor Wu, on the other hand, possessed a nearly eternal lifespan and cared more about his reputation. If he were still alive, I would definitely beat Fei and Emperor Wu up. Keng Yan smiled, then said with a hint of regret, sky-splitting martial saint is still a little too young. He shouldn't have killed Fei and martial emperor directly. If I were him, I would enslave Fei and Woody and have them self-destruct on the battlefield of all races. No matter what, the Woody of the human race should do his part for the human race. Uncle Gong scratched his head and thought to himself, it has to be you. If everyone had the same awareness as you, then all the races would be nothing. At the headquarters of Demo Mansion, the Lord was shocked after watching the video. But after the shock, he sent the video to the senior executives of Demo Mansion. Did you see this? The strength of this sky-splitting martial saint, and his way of dealing with things. Too fierce. A martial emperor and a martial saint, both of them kept begging for mercy, especially Fei and martial emperor, who even killed his own apprentice and begged for mercy, but was still killed by the sky-splitting martial saint. Who would dare to provoke such a strong man? I know that a small number of your warriors thought Jiang Chen's ancient dark star was very good and wanted to make some plans. Now, does anyone dare to plan? The other senior executives naturally shook their heads. What a plan. Jiang Chen's strength is not to be mentioned for now. His character is so terrible. If I identify you, I will kill you no matter what. Who dares to provoke him? After this battle, Jiang Chen not only gained great fame, but also became notorious for his evil deeds. Everyone's first reaction after watching the video is that Jiang Chen is too strong. But after watching carefully and paying attention to the conversation between them, you will feel that Jiang Chen is too fierce. Don't dare to provoke. You must be careful with such a fierce and powerful person, Palace Master, or he will flatten your Demo Palace. Chapter 143. The Lord of Demo Mansion coughed lightly, thinking to himself, Jiang Chen is fine, why did he want to destroy my demo mansion? Don't tell me these things, I'm not afraid. The mansion master pretended to be indifferent. I didn't provoke him, so what should I be afraid of? It's you. I repeatedly warned him because I was afraid that something like this would happen. But in the end, Muir Wuxian still created such a scandal. So, remember, you are all high-ranking officials of the Great Mo Mansion, so when you encounter the resources of the younger generation, don't snatch them away. Do you understand? Not only Jiang Chen, but also other younger generations. In short, don't do this kind of thing again in the future. Okay? This incident should serve as a wake-up call for you. All the martial saints nodded. Don't worry, Palace Master, we will keep an eye on it. The Mansion Master changed the subject. By the way, who among you has Jiang Chen's contact information? He is the strongest person in our Demo Mansion, it shouldn't be too much for me to add his contact information, right? A martial saint said, Jiang Chen is a warrior from area 9527. If you contact the martial saint Qingtian, you should know Jiang Chen. The Palace Master said he understood and would look for the martial saint Qingtian later. Hey? Wait a minute. The Palace Lord looked at the communicator and found that it was a message from the General of the Fire Cloud Army. They said, this sky-splitting martial saint is the new Commander-in-Chief of the Fire Cloud Army? Hey, so powerful. Hearing this, the other martial saints also gasped. This Jiang Chen is actually the Commander-in-Chief of the Fire Cloud Army. You know, one of the strongest forces in the Demo Mansion is the Huoyun Army, which has 4 generals who are all 9th-level martial saints, plus a 9-headed insect, and several other martial saints. Really, it's terrifyingly strong. This sky-splitting martial saint is not only strong himself, but the forces under his command are also so powerful. The expression of the Palace Lord was a little solemn. A powerful warrior is not that scary. After all, he is only strong himself and his influence is limited. But there are still powerful forces, which is very scary. Fortunately, this is not the Northern Territory, and the Fire Cloud Army still has to fight against all races. If it were in the Northern Territory, the position of Palace Master would probably be given to Jiang Chen. Too scary. Other martial saints also commented. With the leadership of the sky-splitting martial saint, the Fire Cloud Army has become the #1 force in the Demo Mansion. Who dares to object? From now on, they can just walk sideways in the Demo Mansion. Oh, by the way, I heard that the 4 generals were collecting materials for the 8-9 mysterious arts? I have a copy here. Give it to them. Let's make friends. Me too. I didn't want to pay attention to them before, but since sky-splitting martial saint is here, I might as well make friends with them. I see. They have been collecting materials for the Commander-in-Chief. Isn't that for the sky-splitting martial saint? I want to make friends with them too. The Mansion Lord nodded and made a secret decision in his heart, I will join in the fun. In this way, the senior officials of the Demo Mansion basically took out the materials and decided to donate them to the Huoyun Army for free, for no other reason than to establish a relationship with Jiang Chen. As for the 4 generals, they also received contacts from the martial saints one after another, saying that they would give them the materials for the 8-9 profound arts. I'll tell you. Taylor Wuxian couldn't help but laugh. Point out your identity and tell them that the Commander-in-Chief is Emperor Liu Kangwu, and these people will offer their treasures on their own initiative. Luo Lun gave a thumbs up, you are smart. They didn't trade with us before, so I thought they didn't have any materials. I didn't expect them to hide so deeply. We've made a fortune now. We have so many materials. Let's quickly integrate them. The 4 generals got busy, and soon they found that these materials added together were enough for the 8th turn of the 8-9 mysterious art. Great. In this case, we only have to go to the 9th turn. Hurry up and tell the Commander-in-Chief the good news. Haha, after the Commander-in-Chief showed his strength, his influence has increased, and it is easier for us to collect materials. If you ask me, it would be better for the Commander-in-Chief to use force to rob them all. Then, all the treasures will belong to our Huoyun Army. No, it will be difficult to collect materials if we do this. Taylor Wuxian shook his head. Let's not talk about the fact that robbing and plundering will affect the reputation of the Commander-in-Chief. Many martial saints are also proud. If you are strong, they may make friends with you and give you treasures on their own initiative. But if you plunder them by force, they might not hand over the treasures until they die. Really, plundering is not the best strategy. Luo Lun waved his hand nonchalantly, whatever, I'm going to make a lot of money this time anyway. The 4 generals all laughed. They had indeed made a profit, but it was a waste. On Jiang Chen's side, after killing Fei and Emperor Wu, he returned to the ground. It's rare that you're back, why not go back to Blue Star to rest and have some fun? Jiang Chen stretched out his hand and looked at Zhang Yunyi. Zhang Yunyi's eyes lit up, okay, brother, where are you going to play? Taking advantage of the situation, he took Jiang Chen's hand. Jiang Chen thought about it. Have a cup of milk tea. I haven't eaten anything with additives in a long time. I miss it. Zhang Yunyi. Jiang Chen took Zhang Yunyi and teleported back to Blue Star. Afterwards, the two of them strolled along the street, bought some delicious food, and chatted while wandering around. Today, Zhang Yunyi is wearing a pastoral-style dress, her long, smooth hair fluttering in the wind, and her beautiful eyes reflecting the golden sunshine. She is simply a young girl full of energy. When she walks on the street, everyone turns their heads to look at her. Jiang Chen glared back at every passerby who looked at him. As more and more people came, Jiang Chen could no longer glare at them all. No, talk to the top leaders of Yun country and ask everyone to wear sunglasses when they go out in the future. Jiang Chen thought angrily. Suddenly, his communicator rang. He looked down and saw that the 8th level of the 8-9 profound art was complete. There was also the Lord of the Demo Mansion, who wanted to add himself as a friend. Let's put all these things aside for now and have some fun today. Jiang Chen walked to Zhang Yunyi's side, took her hand, and glanced at the passers-by with a bit of pride. What are you looking at? I can hold your hand, can you? Some passers-by spat fiercely, damn it, just hold hands, but your expression is so shameless. If it weren't for a harmonious society, I really want to punch you. I'm so mad. A passerby felt extremely unbalanced when seeing Jiang Chen's boastful look. How can he hold hands with such a beautiful girl? And a girl with super development. I'm so angry, ah. With a bang, because he didn't look at the road, he hit the electric pole directly. Everything goes wrong. The man almost cried. The girl just walked out of my sight after the collision. I didn't even get a last look at her. No, buddy, it's already like this, and you're still thinking about taking one last look at that. Chapter 144. Jiang Chen held Zhang Yunyi's hand, showing off and glaring at every passerby who looked over, having a lot of fun. I thought that instead of fighting all day long, it would be fun to do something like this occasionally. Zhang Yunyi is also enjoying the good times at the moment. Of course, it is not the time that is good, but the people around her. The two walked along the streets, passing by snack bars, and played until the evening. Jiang Chen took Zhang Yunyi to sit on chairs by the roadside, drinking pure added milk tea. Hey! Suddenly, Jiang Chen noticed a couple who had just come out of the milk tea shop. This is... Jiang Chen narrowed his eyes and stared at the man for a while. One is called Xiaoming, and the other is called Xiaohua. There's something wrong with Xiaoming. Through the system panel, Jiang Chen learned the names of the two people. Because couples were standing together, Jiang Chen's glance made Xiaohua misunderstand a little bit. She thought, what a shame. Have you never seen a beautiful woman? Why are you looking at me? Wait. Suddenly, Xiaohua noticed that there was a beautiful girl sitting next to Jiang Chen. No matter from which angle you looked at her, she was a flawless beauty. She's like the heroine from a youth novel, so perfect that you want to hug her. Haha, you're really humble. You already have a girlfriend, but you're still looking at me. It's really... Xiaohua sighed. Typical of eating from the pot and looking at the basin. Jiang Chen didn't know what was going on in Xiaohua's mind. He whispered to Zhang Yunyi, sit here for a while. I'll do something. Zhang Yunyi nodded obediently. Just like that, Jiang Chen walked towards Xiaoming and Xiaohua. Xiaohua was even more surprised. What was going on with this guy? Not only did he peek at me, but he also walked towards me. What did that mean? Did he want my contact information? Wow, it really is the lowest point. His girlfriend didn't say a word either, maybe she's a good girl? Oh, how abominable. A scumbag and a good girl, I really feel sorry for her. So, when Jiang Chen walked up to the two of them and was about to talk to Xiaoming, Xiaohua decisively said, I'm sorry, sir, I won't give you my contact information, please go. Jiang Chen? Jiang Chen looked at Xiaohua in disbelief, thinking who the hell are you? Why do I need your contact information? Are you on Puxin? Even someone as strong as Jiang Chen was stuck for a moment and didn't know what to say to avoid such an abrupt interruption. Haha, you have nothing to say, right? Xiaohua shook her head proudly and pulled Xiaoming over. Let's go, dear. Don't talk too much with such people. They will become mean. After pulling it for a while, Xiaohua found that it didn't move, so she turned to look at Xiaoming in confusion. What's wrong with you? Xiaoming was seen looking at Zhang Yunyi from a distance, his eyes a little dazed, and he could not walk anymore. Xiaohua? You. Xiaohua was about to say something when Jiang Chen spoke. Sister, please stop being so narcissistic, okay? I want to say a few words to your boyfriend. Xiaohua. Xiaohua was silent, then sneered, pretend, I don't know what you think? After being rejected by me, you are embarrassed and have nowhere to go, so you want to change the subject, right? Forget it. I'm not in the mood today, so I won't expose you. I came here to chat with you. Xiaohua was a little angry, so she kicked Xiaoming and walked away. Xiaoming came back to his senses and looked at Jiang Chen, what do you want to talk to me about? By the way, why do you look familiar? Jiang Chen is a household name on Blue Star, especially in Yun country. Everyone has seen his videos and pictures to some extent. It's normal to feel familiar. It's normal that they didn't recognize him, because no one could have expected that the big star on TV would suddenly walk past them. Oh. I remember. Xiaoming exclaimed. You look like Jiang Chen. Are you an imitator of Jiang Chen? Are you live streaming? Are you cosplaying as Jiang Chen? After hearing this, Xiaohua's mind moved slightly. No wonder she always felt that he looked familiar before, it turned out that he looked like Jiang Chen. Tisk, Lord Jiang Chen is so unlucky to share the same face with such a mean guy. Jiang Chen sneered, stop pretending. You have been pretending since I came here, pretending that you are fascinated by the beauty and pretending that you don't know me. I guess you recognized me from the beginning, right? After all, you dared to come to Blue Star, so you must have investigated my identity. Although I don't know who you are. But I advise you to come out early. Jiang Chen noticed Xiaoming because the system panel prompted that there was a soul from an alien race in this person's body. Jiang Chen didn't know who it was. Xiao Hong? What is this development? Is he really not the lower man, and am I just believing it? You, what are you talking about? Xiaoming laughed dryly and looked sad. I don't understand what you are saying. Is there any misunderstanding? Jiang Chen raised his hand. If you don't come out, I will just do it. It's just a passerby who died. Do you think I won't do it? Buzz. A ball of energy gathered in Jiang Chen's hands. Run. Xiaoming couldn't pretend any longer, he just jumped and flew into the air. Speed a euro up, go. Without any hesitation, Xiaoming wanted to escape as fast as possible. But with his strength, how could he possibly escape? Jiang Chen released his aura and directly suppressed Xiaoming, making him unable to move. What a weak fellow, he is only at the warrior level, just like an ordinary resident of Blue Star. Jiang Chen flew into the air and came to Xiaoming's side. It has come to this, but you still refuse to come out? Forget it, just interrogate him directly. Jiang Chen activated his supernatural power, the grasp of truth. Who are you? What are you doing on Blue Star? How did you take over his body? Xiaoming answered truthfully, I am a subordinate of King Kulisa, my name is Jinyu. After Kulisa went to the ancient star and disappeared, I reported it to King Kurd. Coincidentally, King Kurd told me that Kula also disappeared. So, we joined forces and decided to investigate the mystery of Kulisa and Kula's disappearance. Later, we learned that ancient Dark Star had a close relationship with Blue Star, so I went to Blue Star again and have been secretly investigating Blue Star. I used my special ability to exchange bodies with Xiaoming. My original body is still with King Kurd. Jiang Chen suddenly realized that it was Kulisa and his father who was behind this. You are so persistent, so I will send you all away. Jiang Chen pulled hard, come on, take me to see the Kurdish king. Emergency button, okay, Lord Jiang Chen, King Kurd is driving a spaceship. He is far away from the Blue Star, on another uninhabited planet. Jiang Chen understood. No wonder he didn't feel any strange aura on the Blue Star. It turned out that it was hiding in the universe. Walk. Jiang Chen took the emergency button and flew away. Xiahua was still in a daze. She seemed to have roughly understood what was said. This person either looked like Jiang Chen or was Jiang Chen. Chapter 145. I met Lord Jiang Chen. He's a real person. Xiao Hong was so excited that she couldn't stand it anymore, and then she felt a little ashamed. I actually thought that Lord Jiang Chen was downcast. I misunderstood. He was observing the aliens next to me. I thought. Alas. Thinking of this, Xia Hong's face turned red. No wonder Jiang Chen was silenced as soon as she opened her mouth. It's really embarrassing. I hope Master Jiang Chen won't blame me. Phew, but I'm still so excited. I got to see a living person today. I'm going to brag to my sisters. Xiao Hong was so happy that she took out her cell phone. Suddenly she thought of something. Wait. Then, the girl next to Master Jiang Chen, isn't she Zhang Yunyi? Group photo. Xiao Hong immediately thought that she should take a photo with Zhang Yunyi. So, Xiao Hong walked to Zhang Yunyi with a nervous mood and said, Miss Zhang, can I take a photo with you? Zhang Yunyi sat quietly on the chair. When she saw the person coming, she raised her little face and said, No, you are a bad person. Xiao Hong? Zhang Yunyi puffed up her cheeks silently and thought to herself, I saw it all. You looked at my brother with a bad look before, and then you spoke to my brother in a particularly fierce manner. Absolutely bad guy. Ignore you. Jiang Chen took the emergency button and flew very fast. In the blink of an eye, he flew out of the blue planet. Tell me. Where is the Kurdish king's spaceship? Quick button pointed the direction, over there, on that black planet. At this moment, the emergency button is still controlled by the grip of truth. Let's go. Jiang Chen accelerated and arrived at the black planet. Here, there is a super huge octopus spaceship, which is a little bit similar to Kulis's spaceship. Jiang Chen, carrying the emergency button, landed directly in front of the spaceship, and then an energy bomb blew the spaceship door open. Kurdish king, come out. At this moment, King Kurd was in the spacecraft control center. He was wearing a red cloak and squatting on the ground feeding his frogs. There was also a human-shaped capsule next to him. Lying in this capsule is Jinyu's original body. Because Jinyu used the exchange on Xiaoming, the one occupying Jinyu's body at this moment is Xiaoming. The Kurdish king kept this body because he planned to let them exchange it back after the emergency mission was completed. Hey? Someone called me. King Kurd was surprised for a moment, then walked directly towards the entrance of the spaceship. Who is it? From his tone, he sounds so arrogant. King Kurd walked to the entrance of the spaceship and found that the door was blown to pieces, feeling a little angry. How dare you destroy my spaceship? I will skin you alive. The Kurdish king flew out of the spaceship and just saw Jiang Chen, holding the emergency button in his hand. Looking at Jiang Chen's appearance, the Kurdish king realized in an instant, isn't this Jiang Chen? After many investigations, they have found out that Jiang Chen is the Lord of Blue Star and Ancient Dark Star. His strength surpasses that of the Martial Emperor. He is an extremely powerful warrior. Wow, who did I think it was? It turns out to be the Lord of the Ancient Underworld. King Kurd snorted coldly. You are very brave to come to me on your own initiative. Tell me, did you kill Kulisa and Kula? Jiang Chen looked at the Kurdish king thoughtfully. Didn't you read today's cosmic news? Kurdish king? Who the hell is looking at that thing? I'm busy attacking Blue Star. What? Is there a big news in the news? Are you on the news? The Kurdish king sneered. If you want to be on the universe news, your strength must be above that of a martial saint. Not just anyone can make it. Therefore, the Kurdish king believed that Jiang Chen was not qualified to be on the universe news. Jiang Chen smiled and said, that means you didn't see it. Why are you talking so much? However, you are indeed a father, better than Kulisa and Kula. When Kulisa first arrived at the ancient Dark Star, he used his final form, which was only at the level of Martial Emperor. Later, after practicing, he possessed the gold and black gold forms. The same goes for Kula. When he first arrived, he showed his final form, which was only the strength of a Martial Emperor. But this King Kurd, before he transformed, his basic strength was already at the level of Martial Honor. Not simple. Come on, change yourself and let me see you. Jiang Chen shouted to the Kurdish king. I haven't seen the Kurdish king transform yet. King Kurd sneered, transform? That's funny. I never need to transform when fighting with others. The person who can make me transform has not appeared yet. After saying this, the Kurdish king swung his cloak behind him, making a rustling sound. Boom. Jiang Chen raised his hand, and instantly an energy bullet penetrated the body of the Kurdish king. Can I transform now? The Kurdish king suffered a fatal blow and took several steps back, bleeding from his wounds. What a cruel method. You are really powerful. King Kurd did not transform, but looked at Jiang Chen and said. Since you are so strong, why don't you become my godson? Together, we can dominate the universe. Then, you and I will share the universe equally. Jiang Chen? Are you crazy? Are you talking incoherently? Very good, if you still don't want to transform, then go to hell. Jiang Chen raised his hand again, ready to send the Kurdish king away. Wait. Wait. The Kurdish king stood up tremblingly, okay. I will transform right away, you wait a moment. A glimmer of determination flashed in the eyes of the Kurdish king. His current appearance was still that of a human. After all, he was in a human area and there was no way he could expose his identity as an ice demon. His final form is very powerful. Once he transforms successfully, he will definitely attract the attention of the human martial saint. So, if you don't transform, it's fine. But if you do transform, you must kill everyone. Then escape quickly and move to another area to continue hiding your identity. Jiang Chen, you found it all by yourself. 3 minutes. If it's longer than 3 minutes, the human race's martial saint will find me, and after I show my full strength, I will kill you within 3 minutes. Pay attention, I will torture you for 2 minutes and 30 seconds, leaving 10 seconds to kill you, and 10 seconds to escape. This is my 3-minute plan. Jiang Chen? This FG Kurdish king is not very good, right? Never mind. Let him transform quickly. King Kurd clenched his fists, and his human appearance could no longer be maintained. His body expanded rapidly, and his cultivation level continued to improve. It's the strongest form of King Kurd. Jinyu was very excited. After so long, I finally have the chance to see the final form of King Kurd again. His powerful strength is simply terrifying. King Kurd in his first form is stronger than King Kulisa. This final form. Jiang Chen. Do you know how strong it is? King Kurd is invincible. Do you understand? Chapter 146. Jiang Chen glanced at Jinyu, you talk a lot of nonsense. He paused after pressing the buttons quickly. He was so excited that he forgot he was still being held captive. I'll send you to the west first. Jiang Chen raised his hand, ready to kill the emergency button. Jinyu looked at Jiang Chen anxiously, feeling extremely panicked. I'm about to die, what should I do? Should I try to exchange? But the opponent is too strong. Although exchange is useful, if the strength gap is too big, the success rate is very low. You have to use it even if the success rate is low. If you don't use it, you will die. There was no other way to go, so Jinyu gritted his teeth and used the exchange method on Jiang Chen. It's still unclear who will die. Swap. Jinyu shouted and prepared to use the exchange. At this moment, Jiang Chen teleported with Jinyu to the control center of the spacecraft. This is where Xiaoming's original body is stored. Jiang Chen pointed the button at Xiaoming, and then exchange. Jinyu spit out a ball of energy, and in an instant, Xiaoming returned to his original body, and Jinyu returned to his original body. What? What happened at this moment? Jinyu was shocked. Did Jiang Chen teleport with him? Did he return to his original form? Xiaoming returned to his original form and immediately looked at Jiang Chen excitedly. Are you Mr. Jiang Chen? I often read your information on Blue Star. You are my idol. I didn't expect that you would come to save a small person like me. Thank you so much. Xiaoming was so excited that he said to himself that after returning to Blue Star, he must become a loyal fanboy of Master Jiang Chen, and if he encounters a cyberbully, he must beat him. After Jinyu realized what was happening, he looked at Jiang Chen in horror. Was he finished again? Was Jiang Chen going to kill him next? No. Not necessarily. Let's try exchanging again. If we get Jiang Chen's body, we'll make a lot of money. Whatever, let's exchange. Jiang opened his mouth and said, exchange. This time, the target is still Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen raised his hand and grabbed the frog next to him. It was the pet frog that King Kurd had fed before. Whoosh. In an instant, J button and the frog exchanged bodies. Emergency button? Quack. Jiang was horrified to find that he had turned into a frog, and to use the skill of swap, he had to say the word swap himself. Now that I have turned into a frog and cannot speak, does that mean I will always be a frog? Not bad. Jiang Chen kicked the frog away. Jiang, you are suitable to be a frog. At this moment, outside the spaceship, King Kurd completed his transformation, and his final form was similar to that of Kulisa, both were white, but larger in size. Kulisa may be only 1.5 meters tall, but the Kurdish king is over 2 meters tall. There is a big difference in their body sizes, but there is almost no difference in appearance. One can only say, they are worthy of being biological father and son. When I transformed, Jiang Chen seemed to have used teleportation. Where is he now? King Kurd looked around with a frown. Get out of here quickly, I don't have much time. The Kurdish king silently calculated in his mind, 3 minutes. The moment King Kurd successfully transformed, the martial saint behind the scenes in Area 9527, Martial Saint Qingtian, sensed something was wrong. Is it a martial saint? Or is it the aura of an alien? A martial saint level alien has sneaked into the area I am responsible for? Not good. I may not win against this martial saint head on. Calling the high-level martial saints of the Demo Mansion. The martial saint Qingtian made an emergency contact and requested the Demo Mansion to send out a high-level martial saint, and one who could teleport. We must rush to Area 9527 within 3 minutes, and then work together to kill that alien martial saint. Hurry. Otherwise, a foreign martial saint could cause too much harm. The Demo Mansion did not dare to be careless and immediately dispatched several high-level martial saints, who used teleportation to arrive at Area 9527. On King Kurd's side, sensing that King Kurd had completed his transformation, Jiang Chen took Xiaoming and flew directly out of the spaceship. Wow, pretty good strength, actually at the martial saint level. Jiang Chen looked at King Kurd. But don't you have any gold, or black gold, or purple gold, or diamond? Kurdish king? What is this? What is this gold you mentioned? Stop talking nonsense. I don't have time. The Kurdish king rushed directly towards Jiang Chen, vowing to kill him. At the same time, the Kurdish king also sensed that Xiaoming beside Jiang Chen was no longer anxious. Jiang is such a loser. In such a short time since I transformed, he was killed by Jiang Chen. Even this human was able to take back his body. But it doesn't matter. Jiang Chen still has to protect this human being, so he can't use his full strength. This way, my chances of winning against him will increase by 10%. With a secret laugh in his heart, the Kurdish king had already rushed in front of Jiang Chen. Bang! 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 In an instant, Xiaoming heard 3 loud noises, and the Kurdish king was beaten all over and fell to the ground from the air. Too fast. Xiaoming widened his eyes. What happened? The enemy was defeated without me seeing anything? The Kurdish king fell to the ground, and he was also confused. What happened? He only felt that he suffered 3 heavy blows, but he also didn't see clearly how Jiang Chen made his move. The Kurdish king spat out a mouthful of green blood and collapsed to the ground, unable to stand up. Jiang Chen's 3 attacks were too heavy. Whoosh! Jiang Chen fell from the air, looked at the Kurdish king in front of him, and raised his left hand. Weaker than I thought, it's a waste of time, go to hell. Buzz! A ball of purple energy gathered in his hands. Wait a minute. The Kurdish king shouted, enduring the severe pain. I have a contract scroll. I can sign a contract with you and acknowledge you as my master. Don't kill me. I can be your subordinate. I have great potential. I will practice more and maybe I can master the golden form you mentioned. Jiang Chen paused. Oh? Do you have a contract scroll? I can consider taking him as my subordinate. How about this, you become my subordinate, and then I will give you 4 months. If you can master the golden form within 4 months, I will not kill you. If you do not master the golden form within 4 months, I will still kill you. Even if you want to be my subordinate, you must have a certain value. King Kurd nodded repeatedly. Okay, as long as you don't kill me, I can practice for 4 months and see. This is my contract scroll, a soul contract. Once the contract is signed, my soul will be in your hands. If you want me to die, I will die instantly. And I will not hide any secrets from you. This is my sincerity. After saying that, the Kurdish king presented the soul contract. The content of this contract was very cruel. Basically, Jiang Chen could control the life and death of the Kurdish king at will. Obviously, the Kurdish king didn't care about anything as long as he could stay alive. Chapter 147. Jiang Chen signed a contract and subdued the Kurdish king. Lord Jiang Chen. From now on, we are all family. The Kurdish king knelt on one knee with a respectful look in his eyes. Your enemies are my enemies. I will definitely help you tear all your enemies apart. Jiang Chen waved his hand. You are wrong. Don't forget, you only have 4 months. If you can't master the golden form in 4 months, I will still kill you. Practice hard. The Kurdish king shuddered, but soon adjusted himself and secretly made up his mind. Okay. In order to survive, let alone the golden form, I will achieve even the diamond form. Sniff sniff. Just when Jiang Chen was about to return to Blue Star, several voices came from the air. It was the team of martial saints led by Martial Saint Qingtian. They were here to surround and kill the Kurdish king. Hiss, it's only been a little over 2 minutes and these human warrior saints have arrived. King Kurd secretly took a breath of cold air, thinking that the human support is faster now. But fortunately, I have already surrendered to the human race. The old saying of the human race is still right, he who knows the current situation is a hero. Hey! After several martial saints arrived, they saw Jiang Chen and the king of Kurd. Is it the sky-splitting martial saint? Everyone's expressions changed, and then they flew to Jiang Chen and said, "We are honored to meet you, senior. Have you dealt with this alien martial saint?" Among warriors, the strong are respected. Although they have lived longer than Jiang Chen, because Jiang Chen is stronger, they also respectfully call Jiang Chen their senior when they see him. Jiang Chen nodded slightly, "Yes, I have solved it, you can go back." King Kurd was grinning. Among these martial saints, there seemed to be a 7th level martial saint. Such a high-level martial saint was so respectful to Jiang Chen and even called him a senior. It was too cruel. I wanted to fight with Jiang Chen before, I was really looking for death. But it's okay. The stronger Jiang Chen is, the easier his life will be. How did that saying come from? The watchdogs of big shots are nobler than ordinary people. The sky-splitting martial saint is truly unrivaled in power. My name is Gao Han, and I have given a lot of materials to the Huayun army before. They are all materials for practicing the 8-9 profound arts. Martial Saint Gao Han looked at Jiang Chen and said, "If there is a chance, I would also like to join the Huayun army. I hope you can give me a chance to take the test. The current Huayun army is no longer what it used to be. If you want to join the Huayun army, you must pass an extremely difficult assessment. At the same time, the qualifications to participate in the assessment are also difficult to obtain. Therefore, Gao Han submitted all kinds of materials just for a chance to take the test. As for whether he could pass, that's another matter." Jiang Chen narrowed his eyes and looked at Gao Han Wushan. He did have some impression of him. This guy gave him a lot of materials for the 8-9 mysterious arts and did not ask for anything in return. "I can give you a chance to take the test. You go find the 4 generals. Whether you can pass the test depends on you." Afterwards, Jiang Chen took Xiaoming and the Kurdish king and teleported away. Gao Han Wushan rubbed his hands excitedly. No matter what, he could finally take the test. Even if he couldn't pass, he would have no regrets. "Wow, you kid." The other martial saints couldn't help but say a few words. "Of course, I have the opportunity to participate in the assessment of the Fire Cloud Army, which is the #1 force in the Great Mo Mansion." Gao Han Wushan scratched his head and smiled foolishly. After returning to the ancient Dark Star, Jiang Chen arranged for King Kurd to retreat and sprint towards the Golden Form, and then took Xiaoming back to the Blue Star, and at the same time began to retreat and sprint towards the 8th level of the 8-9 mysterious arts. Time passed in the blink of an eye, and 9 days passed. Jiang Chen completed the 8th turn. This 8th turn of the 8-9 profound art could rival the 8th level martial emperor with physical strength alone. If one could cultivate to the 9th level, he would be able to crush a 9th level martial emperor with physical strength alone. There's only 1 turn left. Take your time. This last turn is also the most difficult. Jiang Chen moved instantly and arrived at the battlefield of all races. Then he found the right position and flew towards the big wave world. Next, I need to gather all the original power. I remember that if I want to go to the Great Wave Realm, I have to pass through the Guangjiang Cow. Guangjiang Cow is the only passage for humans to go to the Dalan realm. At this moment, at the mouth of Guangjiang River, Yang Jian and Qinya were sitting together, talking about everything under the Sunday. "I heard that your sister made a mistake before and was put in solitary confinement by the Federation." Qinya asked puzzled. "Then, your sister's son went to rescue her, and you fought your own nephew and lost." Yang Jian said nothing and just drank his tea silently. Qinya continued to ask, "I also heard that your nephew is only at the martial saint level, and his cultivation is far from yours. I am very curious, how did he defeat you?" Yang Jian said nothing and poured another cup of tea. Qinya continued to ask, "I also heard that he cracked your strongest move. What is it? The Sky Eye? Or the legendary law of heaven and earth?" Yang Jian said nothing and poured Qinya a cup of tea. "Qinya, I don't want to drink tea, I just want to know how that guy won. I'm so anxious." At this time, the dog next to Yang Jian yawned. "He threw my quilt out, saying that it was the Sky Hui cape, which was cracked by his nephew." "Qinya? What is the Sky Waving cape?" Yang Jian's expression turned cold. "If you don't speak, no one will think you are dumb." Yang Jian's dog is also a great demon of the 1st level of Martial Emperor, and his strength is extraordinary. And someone gave him a title, the Sun-Swallowing God. The dog yawned, "Then I'd better keep silent." Qinya wiped the sweat from his forehead and thought to himself, "Your Yang family is really interesting, I'd better not ask any more questions." Suddenly, Qinya's expression changed and he looked up at the sky. "It seems to be coming." Yang Jian also felt something in his heart and looked up at the sky. What a strong body. Whoosh. Jiang Chen flashed and came in front of the 2 people. "This is the administrator of Guangjiang Cow, Erlang Xian Shengzhenjun, right? I am Jiang Chen, and I want to go to Dalanja." Before coming here, Jiang Chen specially investigated the information of Guangjiang Cow and learned about Yang Jian's identity. At the same time, he also had a guess that it might be this Yang Jian who left the myth of the 8-9 mysterious arts on Blue Star. After stating his purpose, Jiang Chen looked at Qinya again. Alas! I didn't expect that this Qinya was really the Emperor Wu. What was this kid thinking? He wanted to become my disciple? I wasn't even a martial saint at the time. Qinya laughed. Hello, master. Jiang Chen waved his hand. Don't talk nonsense, it's not true, I didn't accept any disciples at the beginning. Yang Jian rubbed his chin. These two people seem to have some relationship. Could there be some gossip? You two, come and tell me about your stories. Let me listen and see if it's funny. I always feel that a story about a martial emperor hiding his identity and becoming a disciple would be very funny. Qinya shook his head. It's not funny, and it's not interesting. It's not as interesting as your sky-waving cape. After saying this, Qinya touched his neck and felt a chill on his back. Was it because he didn't wear enough clothes? Jiang Chen? Sky-waving cloak? What is that? Tell me about it quickly. Chapter 148. Qinya laughed and recounted the whole story, then felt a chill on his back. Strange, where does the chill come from? Jiang Chen suddenly realized that Yang Jian was letting his nephew go, and he was directly letting a vast ocean go. Cough cough. Yang Jian coughed lightly a few times and looked at Qinya. Didn't you say you were waiting for someone? Now that sky-splitting martial saint is here, it's obvious that he's the person you're waiting for. Don't you have anything to say? Jiang Chen was a little surprised. This Emperor Qinya had actually been waiting for him? Qinya nodded and looked at Jiang Chen sincerely. Yes, I have been waiting for you. To be precise, I was waiting for someone who could destroy the Great Wave Realm. After deduction, I learned that there is someone who can destroy the Great Wave Realm, and he arrived at Guangjiangka recently. I never thought that this person would be you. I am waiting for you here on purpose, because I am begging you, to destroy the Great Wave Realm. The Great Wave Realm has always been a thorn in the side of our human race. If you can destroy the Great Wave Realm, I will do whatever you ask for. I don't care even if it means I lose my life. So, please. Yang Jian was slightly surprised. Could Jiang Chen destroy the Great Wave Realm? This Qinya has been saying recently that an opportunity is coming, but he never said clearly what the opportunity is. This resulted in Yang Jian never knowing what Qinya was up to. If we can really destroy the Dalan realm. Yang Jian was tempted. Sky-splitting martial saint, if you have any instructions in the future, I will try my best to help you. The Great Wave Realm is truly a great enemy of our human race. Jiang Chen couldn't help but laugh. I thought it was something else, but it turned out to be just to destroy the Great Wave World. Even if you don't ask me to do this, I will do it. After all, no matter what. I am also a member of the human race. Qinya breathed a sigh of relief. That's good. Jiang Chen is willing to destroy the Dalan realm. This is the best result. Liakeng, you are so kind and righteous. Yang Jian also bowed. Okay, I owe you a favor. Jiang Chen looked towards Guangjiangkao. So, can I go to the Big Wave realm now? I can't wait. Qinya volunteered. I'll take you to Dalanja. It just so happens that I should go back too. Jiang Chen nodded, and just like that, the two of them crossed Guangjiangkao together and arrived at Dalanja. The Dalan realm is basically all rivers, with only a few scattered islands where humans gather and build some bases. Jiang Chen crossed the Guanzhong River estuary and arrived directly at a small island. It's much weaker. After Qinya got on the island, he jumped a few times on the spot. Alas, I'm still not used to it. Once I came to the Great Wave Realm, I lost everything I had as a warrior. Only my physical strength remains. Sky-splitting martial saint, are you still able to adapt? Do you feel that you have become much weaker? Don't worry. In the Dalan realm, everyone is generally weak. If you can reach the martial honor realm here, you will be considered a hero. Jiang Chen also sighed. It is indeed a place with special rules. Here, I can't sense any energy at all, as if there is no such thing as energy between heaven and earth. At the same time, all magical powers and special abilities cannot be used. Without the blessing of the 8-9 profound art, Jiang Chen's physical strength is now at the 8th level of martial honor. Jiang Chen clenched his fist. I feel okay, wait a minute, I want to try out a few moves. Qinya took a step back. Okay, you can try it. There is no energy in the big wave world, so most of the moves cannot be used. Jiang Chen closed his eyes. As his first move, he used the Kaioken, but he was unable to accumulate any energy. It's like I've run out of energy and want to transform, but I don't have the energy to do so. Kaioken, after all, uses energy to amplify itself. Without energy, there is really no way to amplify itself. The same is probably true for Super Saiyan. Jiang Chen used Super Saiyan for a while, but still couldn't accumulate strength. So, what about Ultra Instinct? Jiang Chen slowly closed his eyes, then opened them, and his pupils instantly turned silver white. Oh my god! Qinya was startled. Change form? You can actually change form in the Great Wave Realm? How is this possible? There is no energy here, where did you get the energy from? Qinya himself also has several enhanced forms, but because there is no energy in the Big Wave Realm, he cannot use them. He was extremely surprised to see that Jiang Chen could change his form. Jiang Chen laughed and said, No, this is not a form, it is a technique, you can understand it this way. Even if there is no energy, as long as you master this technique, you can use it. Qinya felt it was incredible, thinking that it was indeed his destiny to be a warrior who could destroy the Great Wave Realm. Then, destroy that. Jiang Chen suddenly raised his hand and pointed at a stone on the ground. With a bang, the stone was bounced away. Seeing this, Jiang Chen frowned slightly. This destruction has no energy blessing. Although it can still be used, its strength is too weakened. Facing the stone, it just bounces it away. It seems that in the big wave world, my main method is still the ultimate freedom. Qinya was stunned. To bounce a stone away through the air? This was nothing in the outside world. Any warrior could do it using energy. But, this is the big wave world, there is no energy. Hey, you said you can't use energy? How can you bounce the stone without energy? Jiang Chen replied affirmatively, I really can't use energy. Qinya was surprised and doubtful, really? Jiang Chen, it's true. It's absolutely true. Qinya was silent for a moment, then bowed to Jiang Chen, how about you accept me as your apprentice? I also want to learn this skill. Jiang Chen waved his hand, no. Okay, don't waste time. Give me a brief introduction. Qinya nodded and said, these islands close to Guangjiangkou are our human territory. As for the barbarian spirit tribe, they are divided into two types. One type lives underwater. After all, 90% of the Great Wave Realm is water. They grew up here and are very good at water. That's why we humans have never been able to break through the Great Wave Realm. In this world without energy, it's very difficult to go underwater and kill the enemy. Then, there is a group of barbarian spirits who live on islands. Of course, they are not these islands. These islands belong to us humans. The island they live on is still very far away from us. Then let me tell you about the power system of this world. Because it relies only on physical strength, everyone's cultivation is generally not high. Those who have reached the martial saint level in their physical bodies are basically considered top-tier fighters. For example, I am only at the martial saint level. As for the martial honored, they are also considered strong. Finally, the martial emperor level in their physical bodies has never appeared before. Chapter 149. Qinya said, it is precisely because we can only rely on our physical bodies, and our cultivation is generally low, that here, weapons are extremely important. Think about it, no matter how strong your body is, you can't reach the martial emperor level, but some weapons can resist the attacks of the martial emperor level. In other words, the destructive power can also reach the martial emperor level. Such weapons are considered divine weapons in the Great Wave Realm. Oh, of course, magic weapons won't work, because magic weapons need energy to activate, and there is no energy in the Great Wave Realm. Jiang Chen nodded. Indeed, the physical body has limited strength, but the upper limit of weapons far exceeds the physical body. It seems that I also need to find a weapon to play with. Jiang Chen thought to himself. If you continue to fight with your fists, you might get into a tough fight when you encounter an enemy with top-notch defensive armor. Emperor Qinya, please help me get a weapon. Jiang Chen looked at Qinya. There are no specific requirements, just make sure the defense is broken. I don't want to encounter an enemy that can't be broken no matter how hard I fight. Qinya coughed lightly and asked for a weapon that could break defense. This kind of weapon would be the strongest offensive weapon. This kind of weapon is quite rare. However, with Jiang Chen's strength, he deserves such a weapon. Oh, no, what is Jiang Chen's strength? I haven't asked that yet. Qinya asked Jiang Chen. Well, Jiang Chen, after the weakening of the Great Wave Realm, what realm can you reach now? Tell me so that I can have an idea. Is it the realm of the physical body emperor? There has never been a martial emperor in the Great Wave Realm. If you can reach the martial emperor realm, you will be the first. It won't be surprising if you destroy the Great Wave Realm. Jiang Chen? Do you think so highly of me? I am just an ordinary martial honored one. It's not that exaggerated. If I only rely on my physical strength and don't have any magical powers, I'm only at the 8th level of martial honor. Qinya was stunned. Martial Master 8th level? Ah? Impossible? With this level of strength, how could it be possible to destroy the Dalan realm? Qinya was a little confused. Because according to his own deduction, Jiang Chen has the strength to destroy the Big Wave realm, so he has always felt that Jiang Chen's strength in the Big Wave realm will be super strong. But the result is not quite right. You didn't lie to me. Jiang Chen? Why would I lie to you? I have only been practicing for 19 years and I have reached the martial honor realm. Is that strange? Qinya scratched his head. Oh, this is weird. This is really weird. Logically speaking, how can this level of strength destroy the Great Wave realm? Never mind. My deduction couldn't be wrong. Maybe Jiang Chen has another chance in the Big Wave world. Well, I'll take you to the base. Qinya pointed to a base in front. There are many human warriors gathered there, including weapons and other things. Oh, by the way, there is one more thing. Because there is no energy in the Great Wave realm, your body will feel hungry. Do you understand what I mean? Jiang Chen nodded. Warriors don't need to eat food because the essence of food is to replenish energy. Warriors absorb energy on their own, which replaces food. But there is no energy here, which means that warriors also have to eat, otherwise they will not have the strength to fight. So, there is a lot of food stored in this base. Qinya nodded. Well, the base has everything. Let's go. You will know after you go in. In this way, the two of them walked towards the base. The base here had extremely high walls, all made of steel and looked very solid. Inside the wall, there are various houses made of steel, making the entire place a steel fortress. Jiang Chen could also understand that a base made of steel had better defense and could resist the attacks of the barbarian spirits. That's right. Looking at the steel fortress in front of him, Jiang Chen suddenly thought of something. What about hot weapons? They can't be used here. Qinya nodded, yes, the rules here are very special. If we humans bring in hot weapons, they will be ineffective. Jiang Chen clicked his tongue and walked to the entrance of the base, where there was a warrior standing guard. The warrior's body was full of muscles and looked very strong. Lord Qinya. The warrior took the initiative to greet Qinya the moment he saw him. You're back? Everyone in the base misses you so much. Then he looked at Jiang Chen with some curiosity, wondering who this person is. He went back to the base with Master Qinya. Could he be some important person? Qinya nodded and responded, thank you for your hard work. I'll go back to the base first. At the same time, Qinya continued to introduce to Jiang Chen, we humans occupy a total of 13 islands here, and there is a base on each island. Then the person in charge of each base is a warrior with an extremely strong physical body, such as me. The person in charge of this base is me. Jiang Chen nodded in response, then walked away while observing the surroundings. The houses are all made of steel, and occasionally you can see a few warriors, they are shirtless in the base, exercising madly. There are also some who are more leisurely, they gather in groups of 3 or 5 and chat with each other. Brother Yun, congratulations. This time our base has obtained a treasure. With your strength, this treasure must be yours. Yes, yes, Brother Yun, congratulations in advance. Jiang Chen could still hear their conversation. Lord Qinya. When people passing by see Qinya, they will greet him one after another. In this way, Qinya and Jiang Chen continued to move forward, and soon they came to a huge warehouse. Here is our armory. Qinya signaled the warehouse manager to open the door. There are many weapons in there. Don't you want something with strong destructive power? All the weapons hanging on that wall have strong destructive power. Just take whatever you want. Jiang Chen responded and looked into the warehouse. There are many shelves here, and each shelf is hung with weapons. It is roughly estimated that there are more than 10,000 weapons here. Then there is the wall that Qinya mentioned. There are a total of 6 weapons hanging on it. I think each one is an extraordinary item. A gun and 2 swords, and a stick and 2 swords. Jiang Chen looked at the weapon carefully, then pointed to the stick, let me take a look at this stick. Qinya nodded, signaling Jiang Chen to take it directly. Jiang Chen jumped, took the stick from the wall, and then waved it. The stick emitted a faint red light with every wave. Qinya said at the side, can you feel it? This red light is not energy, but a special rule. Yes, this stick also has rules attached to it. According to our testing, the rule of this stick is that it can increase your strength to a certain extent. Although the material is not particularly good, there are very few weapons that can come with rules. This weapon is considered a divine weapon in the Great Wave realm. Jiang Chen waved it a few times, but it just didn't feel right. Well, this is it. If nothing else, it's very easy to use. I like it. Chapter 150. Qinya nodded, okay, whatever you feel comfortable with, now that this weapon is in your hands, why not give it a name? Jiang Chen waited twice and said, the name doesn't matter. It emits red light, so let's call it the red stick. Qinya? Ah? Are you always so casual when naming? Oh, never mind, just whatever you like. Jiang Chen, what are you going to do next? Are you going to fight the barbarian spirit tribe directly? Qinya asked curiously. After all, you just arrived here. I recommend that you familiarize yourself with the environment first. Then, it would be best if you could fight with other people more often to get a feel for the fighting style here. I'm worried that you won't be used to it. After all, warriors who come here for the first time will always use energy subconsciously. We had a warrior before. When he went to the battlefield to kill the enemy for the first time, he encountered an opening in the enemy's position. He subconsciously wanted to bombard the opponent with energy bullets, but the energy bullets failed to fire. Instead, the enemy seized the opportunity and crippled him. The combat habits you have developed over the years are really hard to change. You should try to familiarize yourself with them before going on the battlefield. Jiang Chen felt that what Qinya said made sense, and that combat habits also needed to be changed. Okay, I'll find someone to spar with in the base first. Or, Qinya, can you help me find a few stronger warriors? I want to spar with the strong, but I'm new here and I don't know who is stronger. Qinya laughed, okay, I'll help you arrange a few strong men. Oh, by the way, martial honor level 9, can you accept it? Jiang Chen said no problem. Although his current physical strength is only at the 8th level of Wuzun, with his Scion bloodline, it would not be a problem for him to fight against a 9th level warrior. Brackets, or when you don't need to be very comfortable. After the two walked out of the warehouse, Qinya took Jiang Chen and walked towards the training ground, where warriors were sparring. On the way, Qinya called a warrior, hey, go call a few 9th level martial masters over and have them practice combos with Jiang Chen. The warrior replied, okay. There are dozens of fighting platforms in the training ground. Everyone is shirtless and using cold weapons to fight each other, having a lot of fun. What a feast of cold weapons. Jiang Chen couldn't help but sigh. After all, in the universe, technological weapons are very powerful, such as the meteorite cannon in the Northern Territory. This kind of pure cold weapon combat can probably only be seen in the big wave world. indeed. Jinya agreed very much. I don't really like hot weapons. I think as a warrior, I should use cold weapons to fight. Experience the thrill of swordplay. Unfortunately, technology is too powerful. While the two were chatting, several 9th level martial masters that Jinya had requested also came to the training ground. Among them was Yunqi. As a 9th level martial arts master, he immediately rushed to the training ground after hearing Jinya's request. It's not just because Jinya is the general manager of the base, but also because of the treasure that the base recently seized. The weapon, a long stick, is said to be able to increase strength. In this base, Yunqi is the only warrior who is good at using a stick, and Yunqi is also a 9th level martial arts master. In this way, everyone felt that this long stick would eventually fall into Yunqi's hands. There were even many people who congratulated Yunqi in advance, calling him brother Yun awesome and happy to have obtained a treasure. Hearing that Jinya had a task to arrange, Yunqi was also very active. He wanted to improve his favorability and let Jinya give him the treasure. If I get that weapon, my strength can be increased by at least 30%. Yunqi was extremely excited. It's even possible to fight against a martial saint of the first level. In the Great Wave Realm, there is not even an increase in willpower, so the gap between the 9th level of martial honor and martial saint is not particularly large. Just like that, Yunqi followed the order and was the first to rush to the practice field. He saw Jiang Chen standing next to Jinya, holding a long stick in his hand. Cloud 7? Yunqi was stunned for a moment, thinking, why does this weapon look so much like my dream stick? No way. Jinya wouldn't give his weapon to someone else, right? It should just be similar in appearance, right? Yunqi swallowed, tried not to think too much, and walked to Jinya's side. Jinya looked at Yunqi and said with a smile, oh? You came so quickly? Not bad, Yunqi, you should practice with Jiang Chen first. He just came to the Big Wave Realm, and this is his first time using cold weapons, so he may not be very skilled. Please give him some space. Yunqi heaved a sigh of relief. It turned out that this was his first time in the Great Wave Realm? Then the long stick in his hand must not be that treasure. How could Jinya give such a magical weapon to a newcomer? He must have kept it for me. Okay, Master Jinya, I'll go and give him some pointers. Yunqi picked up a long stick from the weapon rack next to the ring, then jumped onto the ring and looked at Jiang Chen. Come on. Let's fight on the ring. This is your first time in the Great Wave Realm, and Lord Jinya specially arranged for a martial honor of the 9th rank to practice with you. I guess you are also a hero in the universe. But I'll give you a friendly reminder. Even if you are a martial emperor in the outside world, no one in the Great Wave Realm may care about you. In fact, some people may hate the martial emperor very much. They will deliberately pick a fight with him and bully him. So, you have to be careful. If you encounter someone picking a fight, it's best to report it to Lord Jinya. Don't show off. They usually bully people in groups. In the Big Wave Realm, no matter how strong you are, you can't fight a group alone. After saying that, Yunqi swung his long stick and assumed a fighting stance. Yunqi had never heard of the name of Sky-Splitting Martial Saint, because he had lived in the Great Wave Realm for many years and had never left. Even if he knew, he wouldn't be too surprised. Just like he said, in the Big Wave Realm, not many people care about the martial emperor. Jiang Chen smiled and jumped onto the stage, then let me see your strength. I hope we can have a good fight. Yunqi laughed, okay, let's have a good fight. I like warriors like you, who fight to their heart's content and don't talk nonsense. Then, I won't be polite either. Yunqi stamped his feet and rushed directly towards Jiang Chen, while swinging the long stick in his hand with great force. Sniff sniff. As Yunqi swung faster and faster, at this moment, the long stick in Yunqi's hand seemed to split into several long sticks. Here we go. In an instant, Yunqi struck Jiang Chen, and countless long sticks enveloped Jiang Chen, as if to tear him apart directly. It really is something. Jiang Chen also raised the red stick in his hand, without any skill, and just held it horizontally in front of him, trying to block it. Yunqi sighed secretly. It was just as Jinya said. He was a newcomer. He didn't have any experience with cold weapons. His defense method was just the most basic. He held the weapon horizontally in front of him. Should I add a little water? Just when Yunqi was about to stop and wanted to practice with Jiang Chen for a while longer, he saw a faint red light emanating from the long stick in Jiang Chen's hand. Impossible. Seeing this scene, Yunqi felt like he was struck by lightning. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel so you are notified of future uploads. You can find the next parts in the playlist visible on the screen or on my channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.